Okay, so this will be like my first multi-category thing I've done in a while. And yeah, because I could never go wrong. I can barely focus on one thing. But the point is that I thought I'd have the best chance if I go in early. Like, as soon as it starts, there'll be the worst people playing, or maybe the best people playing. I don't know. So for once, we're actually getting a net deck. So while we play this, let's first make the deck, which I made like a unholy one, but I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Let's just do something. Because what they did is they sort of pulled the rug out and did the little festival buff thing. We'll even be using this clown corgi thing, so let's just copy this. See, even 65% win rate, but that isn't sufficient because I do have 9,800 dust, so it shouldn't be that hard to make this. Let's see. I'll just put my faith in it, and I do like Mograine, although I won't know how to play it, but then again, I am a natural genius who doesn't even know the names of cards and always still doesn't. Okay, only one Heart Strike. Yeah, see, this is like playing chess. Just look up what other people tell you to do because you lack creativity and imagination and anything, and the game is so contrived and structured. Almost as bad as a card game. Of course, the major luck factor is a big difference there. Now, here the idea is you don't really want to take. Let's see. We have that Hematurge. I kind of want to do it quickly because this might be my best shot. So I was saying like I should only have 3 lives in which to do it. So I'll do one as Death Knight, maybe one as Mage, one as Druid or something, but I shouldn't need to really do it. Why they have to do it right when they do like an update or an expansion? Couldn't they do it right before that comes out and then? That's such a dumb thing to do, or I don't know if they always do that. We could totally take here, but then it turns into something else stupid, which I hate. Which means that this is probably still good. Okay, give me Obliterate, which of course I have, which of course they buffed at some point early on though. Vampiric Blood. It's a very good card. Who needs Renathal when you have that? Oh, in before he has Renathal too. Why does it look... Oh, here we go. Arcanite. Wait. I don't think I've even... Oh, this is obviously Neo. Yeah, I've never even seen this. I'm going to 1/1 Lifesteal Undead. Change your health on your turn while equipped to improve. Yeah, you have 2 of those. Using new cards that I've never even seen before. So he doesn't go for any kind of cheeky stuff. So that would mean that I can still double take, no? You'll give a check. I'll come back. If you take, I take. Arcanite Ripper, Asphyxiate. You have 2 of those. See, the good thing with this is not only do I have so much dust, but I already have so many Death Knight cards, and there aren't that many. But also, that was sort of the whole point of what this is like a Death Knight completionist thing. So if I don't win 12 games, if I don't get 12 wins within 3 attempts, then I have to disenchant my whole collection. Like I always do some kind of permanent thing. That should be fair enough. I don't know what I can try it with anything I want though. So if this one doesn't work, then that is a really tough criteria though. 12 and 3 or 12 and 2. Like even if you're playing with a legend deck at legend rank, you're not going to go 12 and 2 all the time. Right? Like you could have what would that be? 65% win rate. So out of 12 games, how many would you win? You'd win like 8 or something? Or no, not even. And that's what you're going to be seeing here. Although there might be a lot of dummies just trying to do it for the cosmetic, which is a really bullshit thing. Like for most people, oh, it doesn't matter. It's just a cosmetic. Who cares? But little did they know they're sabotaging me because what's he doing? They're sabotaging me because of this whole Death Knight Completionist challenge. So he would have to take there, but no way. I don't think it was a good attack, but now he turned it into something else. Is there a way I can attack and defend at the same time? I could castle. He has a plan. I think it's still worth it to do. I don't even care. There's no immediate check he can give. Or there actually is. Attacks the queen. We could bring the thing in here. The knight. That was actually a good position though to start. 2 Chill Fallen Barons, Death Strike ×2. I actually haven't used Blood in a little bit, but that's the main thing I actually did use. Blood Boil. A lot of these cards they didn't even change. Like Unholy got dropped off the map, so that's kind of bullshit that I just made that. And then, or maybe I should try each with Death Knight, but just one with each spec. Like Corpse Explosion, definitely the best AoE that any rune has. What? Give me 2 of these. Screaming Banshee. 1 or 2. 2. It's not like, oh fuck, did I really just oh my god. I accidentally made a gold one. Fuck. Destroying my precious dust that I actually have. Like you might be like, oh, I got the 400 back, but I think I used a lot more. Oh my god. Now I won't have enough to do even this one. No Muncher. You have all of the material, but you must die here. There is no way you can survive this. Okay, no Muncher ×2. Mograine. And then Patchwork. Soul Stealer. Fuck. Why should it be that easy? I guess I was just spam clicking. You should have 2 Soul Stealers. Oh yeah, you do. Never mind. Like when people tried to say, oh, don't put that one guy in there, like what's his name? Denathrius in the Imp deck. There must be some way out of this. You go here. This should be fine. Go like this, you do the little yo-yo. I should still reasonably be able to stop. Oh yeah, here we go. But he's doing it the wrong way. If I take, he checks. He's posing 2 mates together. That's at least pretty unique. Let's see. I could take one. He would still come in there. I could take the other. I guess there is nothing you can do. Still, I like the way that opening went. Like that did give me a lot of opportunities. Maybe I just went too far with it. Got the Soul Stealers. We need the Armor Vendor. Oh, I don't like this card. Finley. This is one of the most bullshit, unfair things too. Oh, please tell me I have enough. Or you're gonna obviously have Runethal. Good game. Look at this. He's beating up on a 1500 player in the opening. That is at least a unique, enjoyable attack. 97%, 7. I think that's actually loaded correctly too. Your prompt worked. But how did you know I would play it exactly like that? In fact, most people probably wouldn't. We have Finley. We have the Astalor guy already because of the other deck. And Dirty Rat, I don't think I do have on here. Or no, I do. Huh. When the... Oh, that... Was that in the other one? I forget if I was even using that. You played it like that once before. Do this, and then... Band Manager, see, he's still good. That's kind of like overkill. This is like a theme deck for me. Like, this dude's going to give you extra health, and then you have Vampiric Blood to do it too. So this will be like the health cap Death Knight. Like, you have 55 health, right? You'll have 40 from that, or you would have had. You'll have 30, 40, 55, but you would have had 60. Or did this come out before that was nerfed? So maybe it was impossible to ever have 60. You're prone to screwing up at least 5 times. Before you figured out that's what prep is for. More like cheating. I don't like this card either. Or like what is it supposed to... Yeah, you need to tell me more too. These are the ones that fucking just spoon feed. Oh my god. Yeah, which is worse, dude? Which is worse? You gotta study. Because not enough, oh, they'll tell you everything that's in the deck. You gotta tell me what's in the card that generates cards from within the deck itself too. Fuck me. but I gotta cheat against a rigged challenge like this. Okay, give me Lord Thamar, which I... Wait a second. Why are they doing all these weird gimmick cards that I would do? Or what this tells you is that each game is going to take a ridiculous amount of time. Okay, Doomsayer. With more than 40 cards, etc. I'm putting them here. Doomsayer, Zola. Wow, they're actually incorporating some of these things. Zola from my fucking, what do you call it? Iron Juggernaut and stuff. Theotar, okay. Cover a card from each player's hand and swap them. Of course, I'm not entirely going to know how to play this, but let's just try it. I was going to do the Unholy one, but then they pull it out from under me and take 2 other cards. Like, I should always double check it's not ranked, yeah. Imagine if I do that in Classical, that would totally screw me over. Which ones did they nerf in this? Like, I forgot. It was... They made this guy a 2-2 instead of a 2-3. Right when I'm about to do it, too. I had no idea. And then they nerfed... this becomes a 4 cost instead of a 3 cost. I guess it's kind of fallen off the map because of that. I mean, I'm sure it's still good, but I went like 12-2 in fucking bronze to get to silver or whatever. I don't even think I got to silver. Okay, let's not waste time because each of these games is going to take forever, so... I thought it would start later, but whatever. Or what, now I'll have to do it again, like... Or does it just let you copy your deck from in here? What? Oh, fuck you. At least I crafted them all now. I've wasted my little early advantage I wanted to have. You should also use an aggro deck. That's why the Unholy one would make sense too, because, you know, whatever the outcome. But I guess that would only make sense if you're doing it like a million times. I'm not going to do it that much. Like, if I can't do it, it's fine. It's not like my collection is even that big, but just in principle. It's such a bullshit condition to reach. But to be fair, I've never done it before, so it should be pretty, it should be pretty good, like... Yeah, why don't they just let you put two titles in 2 categories in that? Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You could attack this. Okay, what else do we have? Death Strike, Blood Boil. Fuck, why doesn't it just let me copy? 2 of these. Corpse Explosion. Oh, fuck, of course they all mention corpses. Here you go, take. Would actually be fine. I don't see what's wrong with that. If he pushes it, I wouldn't be able to take. I always used to like this E5, but sometimes I just don't use it properly. Two of those. Some of these cards I don't even know what they do, so... I hate the ETC guy, too. They always introduce this busted shit that then ends up having to get nerfed or whatever, and then people try to fight me when I say that, like, oh, you know, Renathal isn't busted, but it's so busted that even an expansion later, they nerf it to 35 cards instead of 40, and then people still use it in mass. Oh, that's how busted it was. 2 of these. Ashbury Soul Stealer. Take here, you take, I take. Ooh, 1949. Playing so comfortable, like, oh, it's no big deal. Although you never can tell if they're just messing around or something. Or they just say that when I beat them. Okay, Finley. Astalor, another busted, annoying card that everybody just uses. It works in aggro because it does the 2 damage and finishes you off. It works in mid-range because it does the 14 finish you off and helps you stay alive. It works in control because you get everything. Armor plus damage plus... Like, it's so stupid. It just does everything. So this is being double attacked. Go here. He would take... I would take... It might not be possible to save that one, or you could do it in like a really weird way. What was I at? All the neutral ones. Dirty Rat, Renethal. Yeah, Dirty Rat is what you call it when you net deck like a clown. So I literally, this is the second time I've net decked, I guess including the unholy one, but that's part of the same thing, since September, right? That was the last time I did it just because I was trying to get legend. I wish I would have said that was a permadeath too, but I was even so unconfident that, you know, I didn't think it would be just that simple. But of course, it is me that we're talking about. Zola, or could you put 2 of the same thing? Oh, that is kind of cool though. Okay, come on. Mad Duke. This is like when Ninja's playing like 20 different games at once, or XQC or somebody. Okay, so you're going to take that no matter what. I give up. There might not have been a mathematical way to cover it. What did I put? ETC, school teacher is very good value most of the time. Or Talon, and then obviously Lorthamar. So this does actually have a lot of cards that I like, Mograine and stuff, but we don't get to flip him like 50 times back, huh? A little Brewmaster shit. I wonder if anybody actually did that. Like, it makes sense because, oh, it's... Wait, what am I missing then? I put 2 skull... Oh, fuck, now I'll never find it. I put in Talon, didn't I? Yeah. Must have been just a second copy of something I forgot. Oh, here we go. 2 body baggers, 2 armor vendors, Heart Strike, Finley. Holy shit, this is annoying. Hematurge I put, Obliterate. Vampiric Blood times 2. Arcanite Ripper, Asphyxiate. Oh, Asphyxiate is 2. I would take, he would take, I would take, he would take. That would be fine, actually, right? Take. We would both take 2. Take the knight, take the thing, take the thing, take the thing. Aw, shit. I should have just done it. It never even lets you use this, so what's it there even for? Just to tease you? Because it's not like it's a... It's not like it's a... ranked game or anything. Or even if it was, then it would be up to them whether to do it or not. Okay, let's just double check. You have Lorthamar. It's kind of annoying because you have to look between the class and stuff. Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's just try it. We'll go fucking 12 and 2. What? Oh, it's really going to do that? Too many people are probably doing it at once. Takes the Rook. Okay, I kind of threw this one. That's not even a reflection of how good he necessarily is, though, or his rating. I just kind of messed up.
Darian Mograine versus Tyrande.
I cannot find eternal rest, and neither will you.
Not like I know exactly what you're even trying to do with this, but just basic control stuff. Unlikely I should have to worry about that or that. The Mograine is being played in a more sort of abstract sense here, just... you know, you're just doing it for raw value, not for... I feel like this one isn't that good. I've seen... Oh, here we go, dude. I've seen the shadow one a lot. It's not that big of a deal. Famous last words. In fact, I haven't used Renathal really since September either. So what does that tell you? I try to avoid using these bullshit annoying cards that just everybody uses. You could take there, but you can't. Okay, discover a Blood Rune card. I always dislike the design of these. It should be like it gives you a... You should be able to play this as any rune. So like if you're Frost, you can get a Blood card. If you're Blood, you can get a Frost card. That would be the one exception to the contrived design of the runes and stuff. Just go like that. Oh, I already fucked up because I don't have corpses, so I shouldn't have done it. Or maybe because of curve, I guess you can't think like that. You're not really trying to play that fast. Although I don't know what they're even trying to do 100%. They're gonna like cycle that a million times over. I hope we just face a bunch of bad decks because, you know, they're not going to... It could be a lot of people just doing it for the same reason. Although maybe just if you don't care, you wouldn't do it in the first place. This he could pretty easily take. No, if he raise a pawn, then I have to give it up. Try to push this out. Let's see. Draw 2 cards. Plus 1 if a friendly undead died after your last turn. Okay, we get another one of those to make up for me just wasting it. Destroy minion, destroy minion. I do feel like Patchwork is really good value. It's just... Yeah, we're not going to need AoE necessarily here. We're going to ignore it, go face. This is at least going to be a lot better than the showing I gave Mograine before. Go like this, he just trades. Game's obviously over. Maybe this is a good way to learn. Just play it in the background, or who's to say which one's really in the background.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
It's such a stupid way of doing it, but I didn't expect it to start this early. I'm only going to try one run too, but who knows how long that could take. Attack all enemies. Okay, this is great. This, after your hero gains health, summon a soul with that much attack and health. Like, doing these together would be amazing, but maybe I should just do that. Like, slow pace it. Although, I'll have a chance to do that later. The end of your turn. So what's going to survive? You know what? It doesn't even matter. Just let them survive, and then it's not going to be that big of a deal. Or arguably that healing wasn't even that efficient. Gonna last a long time no matter what. Takes, I take. I finally got it to 15. Not that I play Rapid very much anyway, but yeah, this one started off and it was so good too, so competitive. Not that it really matters, but I always believe in that. Like, try to go the distance against a better rated player. Like, you're playing a 2000 and you get to the end game and it comes down to like one dinky pawn, so that's going to matter a lot. What does this even do? Summon a 1/1 lifesteal. Change your health to improve. So obviously you don't want to do it yet. This is good, but he's going to deal with it very easily. Let's actually do Asphyxiate plus this, just kind of clean up the board. It doesn't seem worth it, but I think now if he summons something big, I can just do Patchwork. This card I do love. Trade. Takes there. Don't worry about that. I guess I should get 12 wins into this at least once, just because I've never even tried to do it. Yeah, not a big deal either. I could do just this, and that would probably be good to deal with the board. Definitely save these two for something much more menacing here. You're gonna gain health no matter what, kind of rewarding you, giving you value for just doing nothing. Let's see how quickly and easily he mates me here. I shouldn't really play ranked games though while I'm doing this. I'll play just like random stuff for now. No reason to do that. Your health value is going to be beautiful no matter what. Dirty Rat is a little bit iffy because you know what's the worst it could be? Shuffle the 3 other horsemen in your deck, which is, I mean, it works curve wise, but it's not like it can play around that. Like, oh, just don't give him the 3 horsemen. If all 3 horsemen die, like, I don't know how you play around that, really. It's not like it was a battle cry effect. Okay, go here. That. You see how hard it is to mate, even for a good player like this? It's never as simple as it looks. Like, I need a silence or something. I don't really know how to deal with that. Or, oh, you know what you could do is try to destroy it from the deck itself. And that gives you even greater incentive to do that. Because of the simple fact that it might, you know, you have another patchwork too. So of course, just generate another patchwork from the Hematurge, and then this is the official way you have to deal with it for this deck. Hope that you get one, and then hope that it destroys one of them, and if not, you just lose the game. Because it is going to go on long, even by my own volition here, because that's just what my deck is trying to do too. Takes, I take, he takes, I take. This will be a little bit better. Or wait. Oh, does it mean change your health like this? I don't get it. Well, at least this will be good no matter what. So you're not really trying to do stuff multiple times over the way that my general Brewmaster stuff goes.
There is no fight, only power.
I mean, he's got the 2 other things, and if I can't deal with them, I'm just screwed. Although he does seem a little bit burned out. I don't know actually how this works. And maybe that wasn't the best idea with the 7/7 out there, but let's just rely on the damage from this. How does this work? Oh, you have to equip it first, of course. Okay, good fork. Oh, wow, he's already there. Yeah, like, what if I just don't kill it, or don't give him the chance to kill it? Maybe I can. Like, he's only going to do 6 damage. He's going to have to out heal. So he still has 1 more in there, though. And so maybe if you let him get low, then Patchwork can do it. But I don't really have a silence or anything. Yeah, it's not going to work. Fuck. So stupid. I don't know how to deal with this mechanic. I didn't even know what those really do. What were they even? I forgot. Doomsayer. Now, would that mean that you would only have 2 to choose from then at that point? This would be good, but it's not. It's going to be too late now.
I wonder.
Let's make another one of these. And then you would have to hope that... You would have to hope that you get another one, but you won't because he'll play it immediately. I don't know what good that does here. You fight, add copies that die to your hand. The dirty rat doesn't even do anything here. Just need a silence or something. You can still heal a decent amount. In fact, you could do these two together. Lifesteal plus this. I don't understand this card. Or maybe I'll even just leave her. Oh, now it's finally changing. Yeah, that's not too bad. Some of this healing is totally bullshit. Okay, I'm not even trying to BM or troll. Like, I obviously lose, but... How do you get a stalemate or something? Oh, it actually would be a stalemate too. Even with all this healing, we're not... Good game. Analyze this. Okay, let's see. We can do 2 with this. We can kill it with this.
I wonder.
I honestly forget. What the fuck was even... Is one of them going to heal me? You do this. Lifesteal. It's not going to do anything, though. I mean, they could give me something that would heal me, but it's actually not going to matter.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Okay, dude, I'm going to get destroyed. Fuck.
Let's even the score.
If only this had lifesteal on it, too. Although I did get them pretty low. And they might not have too many reserves, being a Shadow Priest, of course. Here, what should I do? I should play, like, the bot or something. Play with the computer. Level... I was doing pretty good against, like, the level 6 and stuff. Okay, yeah, we can already tell this isn't going to go well. What do I have a better chance at winning in here? Against the Stockfish level 6 or against these tryhard clowns?
Versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin. Play well or be eliminated.
Or this might be a good matchup at least. Doomsayer. I mean, I can't really even argue with this curve, although it won't be that good in the beginning, but maybe you shouldn't worry at the beginning so much. Like, I don't even mind that last one too much, though, because you did get her so low that you would have probably had a chance no matter what. It always looks so decent in the early game. Like, I was playing Dingleran's bot on chess.com, and, like, throughout the first 20, 25 moves, it didn't even feel like a big deal. And then, obviously, you start to lose later, but it's, like, not very intimidating, at least. It's kind of a bad play because... now the Darkspear Bishop has nowhere to go. Or sometimes my unpredictable style of play will do good for me because, you know, like, oh, that's not part of their prep because they're so linear with their thinking sometimes. Even the better players. Okay, here we go. Give up a free pawn. He's double attacking there, which doesn't matter. And that's not normally a good engine move. Could hard strike this. Keep going phase, not that that's the point, so shouldn't really lose this unless he's some kind of mid-range control shit himself, but some of these matchups should just be a joke. This is not like you're not doing a lot of good damage along the way, too. But this seems a lot better than I feel like Blood was before. What did they... I guess not too many of these cards are new, but... where I just wasn't using very good blood decks anyway. That's not a big deal. Could do this. Let's just do this, actually. I don't even mind. Doomsayer has no value. This is good pretty much no matter what. So you should maybe save it for the later game, or maybe you shouldn't, because you're kind of depriving them of a card that they will use or need in the late game. We're only -1 pawn, and that was pretty preventable too. Now we'll take with this or do something wild. Like, what rating is this really supposed to be? This is supposed to be like 2,000 plus. Dude, if I play a 2,000 plus player, I'd already just be fucking -11 or something. Draw your highest cost minion. You do that for now, and then I'll do Theotar on curve and just save my thing. Whatever good ace endgame play that he might have in his hand. It's like how Immolate is such a bullshit card. Immolate's gonna take away whatever they're doing, like you know, it's like, oh, how do you play around Immolate? You have high cost cards in your hand that you can't play it. Oh, you can't. You just don't have enough mana to do it, so therefore you're fucked. This combined with Patchwork is really annoying. Cover a beast, colossal. Summon a 1 cost. Okay. I mean, this is gonna hurt you more because you're the one who's trying to flood the board. I don't even care. If he's not flooding the board, he's not winning. Although I guess I'm stereotyping hunters too much. Maybe he's not playing like that and I just don't know the difference now. This is a good pawn structure. We're still gonna get a draw against this guy. Just in case you didn't realize. Wait. What? Wait, what happened? I thought... Cover a card and swap them. But doesn't that mean I should... I guess I don't know how this card works. We swap those two, but then he still plays it. Whatever, I could still do my thing. But won't this bypass the Dash Ladder, or will it? The fact that it'll summon 2 more. I don't even... See, so many of these interactions I don't even know. This could cost me the whole game if I mess it up. I'm so confused. Cover a card and swap them. Well, it's not taking it from their hand. But I get it, and then, see, I've never even really used that. Or was I using it in the... No, I don't think I was using it at that point. I just saw it a lot. What do we do here? See, all this time, even while I'm playing that, I'm still calculating here because I'm such a genius. I see the board in my head, of course. This is how GMs play. This is a little bit dangerous to do because you're leaving him that threat very clearly. So what should you try to do? You could bring the queen there. I should try to do something with the knight, I guess. Like, I guess I just can't, though. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? Actually, let me take off the thing there because I'm so distracted.
I must consider.
Okay, let's try to concentrate. Get a ridiculous amount of health from that. I could do that too.
Be swift.
Kind of don't really want to rush anything. The longer it goes on, the better it's going to be for me anyway. There's no reason to do that. You'll just do it for the fuck of it. Yeah, look at that sexy 55 health pool. Totally fair and balanced. It should just be 60. That's the only problem with it. Go here, even though I arguably shouldn't. So if he can do anything to bait out the rook, although I don't see how he really can do that. Yeah, you really don't feel intimidated by my health value? King Crush, so now we can do Patchwork, obviously is good. I wouldn't even really have to, but... Yeah, see, this is how the matchup should be, though. Not only aggro, but seemingly bad aggro. in before I eat my words and he does something crazy thing that I'm not even aware exists. But okay, you're gonna have to make room for the knight. That's just necessary. He's gonna bring in a third attacker to here, probably pretty predictably. Let's just make a path for it. You give him a fork. Okay, I moved too fast in a correspondence game. See, even though it's so good, like it's not doing it in a way that feels like, oh my goodness, that's so, I don't know. Now we're playing as white, so of course that makes all the difference when it's an even matchup like this. What the fuck is that? Cover a beast from your deck and summon it. Also summon a copy of it. Why did it get buffed so much? I guess it didn't get buffed that much.
Curious.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay, this will do 2 plus 4. So 2 plus 4 plus 5 is what? It'll be down to 12. It'll be down to 7. 7, 6, 5. You do this plus this plus this plus. Oh, of course, I still miscalculate my. Oh my god. Miscalculating in more than one game at a time. Okay, at least he had some kind of good endgame play here. Not that big of a deal because first of all, you can kill it with these. But second of all, it's just the fact that I have so much health and stuff that it's barely even gonna matter. I'm not even worried about it, but it might get out of hand if I keep leaving it like this. Just being super patient and acting like, oh, I totally don't have an answer, which I probably won't once I run out of corpses there. Let's go. Here I tend to like to put the bishop there. The fact that they move so fast always pisses me off. This is still not a bad spot to be in. So for example, you could easily do this and then do it, and then it'll kill everything. Yeah, summon more, overcommit. I totally don't have an answer for this. After here attacks dredge. Yeah. Okay, dude, how many things are you gonna do? So now my health is actually starting to be a concern. A little bit. So thankfully this does have taunt. Oh my god. Play into it more, why don't you? This will give me a corpse. It'll do 11, which is beautiful. There shouldn't be anything that's really punishing me or bypassing me for doing that. And then I could swap out my hand for something, but I don't really even have to. Yeah, what is he gonna have after that? Look at some of the broken value. Like, I don't even know what that stupid elephant thing is, but he'll still keep doing it. Okay. My mistake. I thought this was gonna be an easy matchup. My mistake. Give me a Soul Stealer 2, and then you'll do it again. Okay. What the fuck is this, dude? I mean, I have to do it because you're not going to have enough corpses from this. Or rather, you give them rush, so maybe... but you can't do them both in the same turn. Give your heads rush, but then when it comes back, they won't have rush. You just have to hope you get Soul Stealer. And even if I do, it's still not going to matter, but... I do have another one in there. Fuck you.
The citadel stands strong.
What is this shit that I'm seeing, dude? At least we get to see the legend experience without having to get to actual legend. Like, sure, I'm probably doing a lot of things wrong, but
A skillful maneuver.
This is an aggro deck in 2023, by the way. State of the fucking game. It's actually not aggro at all, but what the fuck? Okay, we come here. I'm not actually down in this game at all. All we have to do is move this. This is kind of an awkward pawn structure. Okay, I'll try it a different day then. It's just my whole presumption that doing it early would give me a better chance is obviously unfounded. And even if I was winning these aren't exactly easy matchups. I don't know where you want it to go. Sometimes simpler is better when it comes to the knight.
Knowledge is power.
Play well or be eliminated.
This is gonna be a nightmare. But every day I'll have to do like one set of this. Like, I don't know what else I should use though. I won't even blame the deck, but damn.
I see you brought guests. Me have that for you.
That unholy one would have totally been able to do it too, but just they had to nerf it right before this. Take. I could let him. No, he would double take. Takes, I take. If he takes, I could still take.
Do you like to play with fire?
Oh, that's interesting. Actually, it doesn't matter, does it? He takes, I still take. Oh, fuck. Cover a blood card. Let's try to win one just to have some sense of honor here. I'm not really using this one very well either. I always do it super late. I mean, they already obviously know what you're playing because you know, as soon as you have Renethal, they already know. Trade in pretty easily here. Or I can even save something, so we go like this, we go like this. I always forget when some of these cards are altered. Like, for whatever reason, they felt like, oh, Babbling Book is too weak as a 1-1, so we need to make it a 1-2, just randomly. Where would I want the pawn structure to go in this case? You can try to eat a center pawn with a non-center pawn. That's good in itself. Pushing the king side very aggressively. Look at this. It is kind of good because if I don't take it, then I'm screwed because then he'll get it there and be ready to mate. Somehow this must be the right play. He'll check and he'll take.
Curious.
You're posing the double threat there. It just gets down to the point where they're doing something that's impossible to deal with, let's say.
Be swift.
Okay, let's play it like a little bit slower, I guess, but this could be alright, I guess. It's gonna be so much AoE that I was kind of wasting it on that guy. That was me just totally underestimating the matchup. Oh, is this just gonna be mate? Maybe not. Or yeah, basically.
The
Or wait.
future is ours.
Is he BMing? He's BMing.
I want to cast a spell.
He takes.
Behold the tools of creation.
What? The engine actually just BM'd me. I can't do anything with that. What is this? I broke Stockfish 6. He takes, he's covered. It's obviously mate.
I must consider.
What's happening? What are you doing? This definitely doesn't feel like as good as it seems to be, though. Regardless of all this clown behavior. Let's see. Do this, and then you can play the spell too. Or what would I do if I really want to get rid of that? You could try to do this to get the 2 damage for it.
Anybody?
Red is death rattle effect. It's like a mistake to allow this to live on, but it also doesn't mean he's going to be guaranteed to want to play whatever he gets. I guess analyzing these isn't really worth it. Although you probably still should. Or does it even show up in your proper... Maybe that's why my accuracy and stuff is so low, because I'll keep getting farmed by the engine. I wouldn't even say I'm playing that badly in some of these, but it's just so unfair. Although I was kind of trash talking it and saying it's not that good. For level 6, I'm just saying, if level 8 is better than Magnus, level 6 should not be like, oh, it's like an 1800 here on inflated Lichess. Gonna dominate in the center pawns, of course. Okay, so I definitely have to take that out this time. Am I gonna do something that really heals me now? Because if not, there's no point.
Curious.
Let's just do that. We're flooding the board pretty hard. Almost giving him the impression that we're going to, you know, try to rush him down, but it's not going to work because he'll have like a million answers. I genuinely don't even know what some of these people are doing or trying to do, so. Or maybe it shouldn't be 3 tries, but I kind of already said that. It's fine, it's fine. It's not like my collection is so crazy big that if I have to disenchant it, it's a big deal anyway, but it is kind of dumb. I would take... He would take... He would take, I would take, he can't take. He's going to push it out. Maybe just preempt it and go like this, or... Yeah, just give it somewhere to go, I guess. I don't see what the bishop position here is really doing. Here, try to push it out. This would be good. Like, I'm not really using the heals properly, though. Nothing here is going to heal me, so what does it matter? What is this? These would be the type of opponents that I actually beat somehow. But I said that last time, too, and then they go fucking apeshit, so I don't know what happened. Ah, of course, the old bishop fork on the... So even if I hadn't done that, he's going to push it out like this. So again, the knight's always the weak link. Even the engine is telling you that. Let him take the rook. He takes... Okay, I put the knight, I guess, here then. What the fuck? Okay, no big deal. Yeah, this must be what brings my averages down, because of course when I play other people, they're always like 70 plus. Not that that's anything even to brag about, but just when it says like 64 average, when do you ever see me get 64 in a game? It doesn't happen. I could have my worst game ever and it's still more than that. Well, at least don't let me go 0 and 3. Or you know what I should do is I should practice with this and see like if it was the deck's fault. But then again, I was saying, or yeah, I should get 3 tries as each class. Like what the fuck? But I don't even have enough cards on the other one. It's so stupid. Yeah, this is elite level, legend level play that I'm clearly gonna lose to. Maybe that one wasn't even that good. The Hunter one, but I mean it certainly looks good in retrospect. Go like this, try to do the little stagger thing here, which I don't even know what that's called. This guy feels like a bot. I'm playing 2 bots at once. Take this, he takes. even that looks awkward. Like, I'm already winning the game against a 2,000 plus player because all it takes is that busted pawn structure, but somehow he'll turn it into a good thing. Could do Bone Guard Commander. I'm not really doing anything with the... like, let's just do it. The healing stuff. I mean, that is still a good value. I wonder how much presence Mograine actually saw in the meta before. I mean, I'm sure it was there, but it feels like it's not only just a one-off thing, but it's not as exciting as like how I was using it, like where you flip it and you do like 5, you're doing 15 a turn. Now, of course, it's really slow. Use it with Bran, use it with, and some of that stuff is only doable in Wild, I guess. Use Zola, use both Brewmasters, use Bran, so you're doing 15 damage a turn for free, unmitigatable, just bullshit. After your hero gains health, which, you know, also applies to, okay, you don't need to force it with that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that can get out of control. That's going to be some Grim Patron level shit, like the exact order in which to do them, so you get the most space. This position doesn't look too bad, but I do hate the pin downs, and you're always supposed to do something weird like this. Like, let's actually try it, or... Oh, wow. You're doing me a favor by that. Shouldn't you take advantage of the pin and try to do something above and beyond? You can easily do this, and then do this, and try to work away to the other side. I always had this apprehension about pushing the C and F pawns. I would never usually do it. I would take. If I let him take, though, it just kind of splits the pawn, so there's no benefit. He gets 2 center pawns. Okay, I'll hit you in the face. Like, let me at least get 1 win, dude. Or now we'll go on some crazy win streak. But... maybe I should use this to take a break in between. No, but then that only makes sense if I'm going 0 and 3. Like, oh, I'll do one of these whole runs in between a classical game. Or I could do 1 game in between a classical game. That's actually not a bad idea. I don't know how many times I should be allowed to try it, though.
Bask in my radiance.
And that's a line from Radiant Dawn, where the guy says, yeah, that's why it's called Radiant Dawn. One of the priests says that. I would take, he would take... Okay, let's bring this over to the king side. He seems puzzled by this position. You're completely stumping a Stockfish level 6. So take, but then you can't move the bishop. Okay, light bomb, of course. Play around that against the mage. Typical random effects, which a lot of people defend the random effects like they're fun and interesting, and I love to discover like Renounced Darkness and explore on Goro and stuff, but just from a practical standpoint... Oh, shit. Still not a passed pawn, though. Okay, let's wrap this shit up. Go here. Go like this. So you're gonna gain a certain amount of health from this at least. What is this up to?
Let's even the score.
So I'm gonna 6/6 lifesteal. But let's just save it, I guess. He would be down to... Or if it had hit his face, then that would have killed him between the weapon and that. Actually isn't so bad. But there's no way I would do it like a ranked game like this. You can take 2, 3 no matter what. Do this. Save the weapon in your back pocket. One of the even newer power creep cards. Position doesn't look too bad, although that one I have to question. Like, see, now if he takes, then I can double take. He'll go like this, but then what? That's what you call tunnel vision. Like, my idea is correct, but of course, they wouldn't have missed something like that.
It is impossible.
Okay, that's fine. You're just gonna lose to this 3 damage thing, period.
Let's even the score.
At least we don't go 0 and 3, or of course the matchups are based on that too, right? Like, so now we'll only face people who are 0 or like 1 and 2, or like I got the other one at least. In 12 games in a single run, like, are you fucking stupid, dude? Why would you do that, dude? And it's only because of my condition that I have to fucking do that, which is kind of good. It's a very organic, dynamic way to have to be called to do something meta that I ordinarily wouldn't do, but it's a lot of pressure too. Okay, let's do a classical game, and then I'll maybe try another one or something. What is it even showing that's new in here? I don't get it. I used up maybe more of my dust than I really wanted to, because what the fuck? $15 for a single, what is that? Yeah, I'm actually paying real money to do them too. Yeah. So that, or I guess it's not over yet. I was acting like I was already done. Yeah, let's keep this run alive, and then I'll. Okay, let me mute it. Yeah, high level play in both, which actually it objectively is, because that is insane to try to win 12 in that. Maybe I won't put a limit on it, but it would take so long. It's not like I'm going to do it all day anyway. Play like a bot or something, and then we'll try to continue this little run that we have here. So we've gone 1 and 2, and of course that could just be them giving me a freebie opponent, just because I don't know how exactly this works with the zoom in. Like, maybe that's good enough. Or of course the best way to play it, like, I can't remember who that was. Some top rated super GM was playing in like a little tiny box, like super small on their screen, like maybe this small, right? And everybody's wondering, like, why are they doing that? But somehow it makes it easier for them to calculate or something. But like, you can make that shrink away too. That's kind of cool. You're not really meant to do it like this, but oh, what's the point in doing this, I guess?
Versus Uther.
Yeah, let's just focus and try to win a couple of these. Of course, you're not going to go like 12 and whatever, but
Or be eliminated.
yeah, just play well. Just play well. I mean, I don't mind that, especially when you have the coin. But these people must be 1 and 2 as well, I guess, is the whole idea. Let's go for the E5 and see what happens. You can stagger it like this.
The light dims, but
Paladins are supposedly really good, but I don't see them that often, so. Or armor. I mean, either one of those is good for the same statting. If you come here, you're already kind of screwed, so what's the point? This is how we'll learn openings, just by doing them over and over again, just like everything else about chess. Just do them for 20 years and then act like, oh, you're so superior to everybody else, which you still are, but you know, it's a little bit less than what I thought it was. I mean, this is always good, assuming it gets to that point. I don't know. You know, that's still worth it just to get rid of the Divine Shield. Make it tradable. Whereas I don't know what a lot of these decks consist of. This is such a bullshit time for the Brawliseum to happen too, yeah. I don't know whether it is always like that. You have a little bit of armor you can trade in. I'm more scared of the Divine Shield for some reason. Maybe you should arguably just pop the shield and not do that, but of course I totally would have gone 12-2 if I had known exactly how to pilot this deck and everything. So you go here. As long as you can survive the early game. That Hunter kind of surprised me.
Need a bit more spice over here.
I may as well just trade. I don't see what he's so hell-bent on doing with that. Look how long he had to think about that too. I don't even mind trading. Trade everything down and you'll get to a drawable endgame, which clearly I'll know exactly how to play. That is the best strategy against better players.
I must consider.
Let's just do this. Doomsayer could arguably be good here. I don't know why I'm always so obsessed with this though. Like, I don't know. It is really good. You can pop the shield without losing anything. I like how there's even such a, you know, meta game sort of shrinking of even that. Even when you get the ETC, like, oh, why don't you just put whatever you want and improvise with that? No, that you should put the exact same things too. That's just how clear it is. Everything, of course, that's your choice whether to do it or not, but I'm not, like, what would take longer? Trying to win 12 games in this or trying to get Legend? I was saying it would be in 3 attempts, but maybe that doesn't feel fair. I should maybe have more. Not that I want to have it come to that. Maybe the Doomsayer would have been better, but it feels like it's just too easy to deal with it these days. Maybe you should just coin something out because I don't have like a really good play otherwise. This would be a little good for the healing. And of course you have the ability to get way more max health too. The fucking what's it called? Whatever, that gives you 10 max health. That is kind of a busted card too. Who needs Renethal and have 40 cards and all this stuff? You can just gain 20 health just straight from that, and it acts as a heal. Maybe it shouldn't heal you for that, but it just gives you the max health and then you have to heal it up. Okay. Taunts are a little bit annoying for sure. You can certainly asphyxiate it. Or saving Corpse Explosion kind of in my back pocket. Or I could obliterate it. What is my other play though? Yeah, why not do this guy plus obliterate? If I asphyxiate, I don't have a good curve for it. Deal 3. Deal 2. Deal 3. Of course, it's going to cost 1 no matter what, so that should have done 6 to me. I don't like that they buffed that, but I guess that's just the irony of it, right? A card that might have been considered overpowered and bullshit before is no longer considered that because of how power creeped everything is. Let's go like this, although you're not giving the knight anywhere to really go. I like that we trade queens at least. I mean, you could do the blood boil, but I'm sure he's just waiting for that. Deal 3 and deal 1 to everything else. Maybe I should try to stall it out, but this is sometimes what is my undoing.
Pick me, pick me.
And then you can do
Our gift of
this
the
as well.
enlightens us.
This as well. So at least it's not too intimidating of a board. Maybe I didn't do that exactly the right way, but you had to get rid of the taunt regardless. Maybe I should have done that on the taunt. No, but it still had 3.
For you are graced with
Your deck has no neutral cards that had 3 legendary invitations in your hand. I forget what those even are. And 8 armor wouldn't be bad here. This also isn't bad. You almost want to combine it with something else. Or maybe we could get one of those invitations. Fuck it. Just I don't have... You could take a chance on this.
I must
Let's just try to get lucky. Kill the 7/7. Okay, we got lucky. That makes it the right play. And that.
I am humbled by this sight. Accept my gratitude.
This is what determines the outcome of the game. Random discoveries or random one thing that chess doesn't suffer from, but despite all of its objective flaws. Watch, we're going to draw this level 6 thing. Felt like I had so many opportunities to actually do that, but I don't know if I did. I think I did one game, which you shouldn't be able to do because you're so bad like me, but...
The light dims.
So if you push it... Okay, dude. What you can't do is just give up a piece for nothing. That might be a requirement. Even then, it's probably still drawable. Of course, I did that for a strategic reason. Strategic sack. Right, one pawn is not going to be the difference in the game.
Must move quickly.
He's all upset about that, but it's still not going to matter. We're going to have to use... we could use this to try to take one of the invitations, I guess. I don't know what it even is. Cover a card in each player's hands and swap them. I don't know what that still means. Like... Or I'm probably just dead while I'm looking at that. At the end of your turn, lifesteal, wonderful. Maybe now is the correct time to do this. Forget about the Theotar shit. I don't see why I wouldn't. I mean, you don't really have much of a choice. But he didn't really overcommit because his hand's still pretty full, so I'm probably just dead. At least I won one game, so that clearly shows you it's possible. This is going to be so stupid. Why don't we wait a couple days and see what decks are winning like 12 games? Or I might still come back from this, huh?
A redemption divine.
You just can't get these people to burn out of their hands ever. Okay. And I do have another Corpse Explosion still. You would never expect that. But now it's going to be too strong. Or maybe not. Do it on this one. Okay. Okay. I almost would have had enough damage with that too. The
Reporting for duty.
or maybe I still do, or not really. You'll do 7, which is enough to kill everything besides this. Right, so you sack this. Now you will do 7, or you could even have just done this. Oh no, but you want to do this so you gain some armor and then you're able to still survive. Assuming that's actually going to be enough. I've gotten pretty lucky this game and I'm still going to lose. Imagine that. Just the fact that... we even got the thing from Patchwork. 2 turns in the future, which...
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Doesn't really do a whole lot there, though. So I can just spam AoEs. That's the name of the game for now. Although I shouldn't do it. I should do, like... I should do Asphyxiate and then something else. He's gonna buff these things like crazy, I bet. So let's just take one of his own cards and just do it back to him. Give minion +5/+5 divine shield, costs 1 less for each man on holy spells. I don't know. Give him that weapon that's gonna actually help him kill me. So what a great choice. Yeah, I mean, I could. That's the problem. See, I'm playing too conservative. I should have even just done that, and you might have actually had a chance because he did kind of burn out. Yeah.
Stellar.
But I even got lucky with the other AoEs that I did get. It's not a bad deck, but that is utterly ridiculous. Yeah, 1 win. Nice, dude. Okay. So the whole idea of going in early, I almost want to try another one, but maybe I should do it like that. I should like alternate games. I'll play one classical, which that last one kind of pissed me off. Then I'll play one thing of the thing again. Maybe I won't put a limit on them, but I don't know what the point I'm trying to prove with it is. Just that I can do it. Oh yeah, I had the audio off, and I was doing it in windowed mode last time because I was actually net decking meta gaming for the first time since like fucking September. The last time I got screwed over twice over, and the reason why is because it was my first time doing it. So like obviously the challenge is I get 3 tries to win 12 games. It'd be my first time ever winning 12 games in it too, because I normally don't care about it. But as part of the whole Death Knight Completionist thing, I have to get the cosmetic, and they kind of screw me over because they make it one of the hardest conditions ever to get a cosmetic. It just happens to be a challenge that I wanted to do. So like the 3-win one was hard enough, but I guess I was using a shitty deck for it, like the Ghoul Queen. So that was the same thing. I said, if I don't win 3 games in 1 try and get the Ghoul Queen, I have to delete my whole account actually. But for this one, I'll just say I have to disenchant my whole collection, which arguably isn't even that big. So this will be the second attempt. I'll get 1 more. And the problem is, even if you do well, it'll take forever, right? Winning 12 games is not going to be short. But what I did was, before it came out, before the Brawliseum started, I made an unholy deck for Death Knights, but then I didn't realize that they were going to nerf them, so I wasn't even able to use that one. They made the Necromancer like a 2-2 instead of a 2-3 and stuff like that. So then we made a Blood Control one, which I actually kind of like, which is involving Mograine. So I have like 3,000 dust to play around with if I want to change it more, but I went 1 and 3 with this. So my whole postulation that, oh, we'll do well, because I played a kind of off schedule on Wednesday, right when it came out. So I'm like, oh, at the beginning, it's going to be a lot of newbies trying to get the skin or whatever. So of course, we're going to roll them over. But I went like 1 and 3. So I don't know if I should try this again, or I'll actually net deck again. Yeah, I haven't done this since September because that was just when I wanted to get Wild Legend for the first time. But this is kind of a good, unexpected moment that, like, I wouldn't be doing this. There'll be one that they advertise, like, you know, you went 12 and whatever, Heroic Brawliseum, 12 and 2, Face Hunter, 12 and 0, and Rage Warrior. The problem is I'm not going to have enough dust for all this, or maybe it's not even that expensive. How are you going to go 12 and 0? Like, who's going to verify that? Like, the guy really went 12 and 0? Face Hunter, Big Demon Hunter, Frost, Aggro, Death Knight. I mean, since everything is Death Knight based, let's see if we can make Frost then. We've tried, I guess I didn't try Unholy. It's not like I have to do it as Death Knight, but it's almost fitting, right, that I would. So it's going to be Horn of Winter. I don't actually have that much dust, though. Although the dust won't matter. So here's the irony of it. I'll disenchant all my other cards anyway to be able to make the deck that's good enough to do the Brawliseum in order to prevent me from having to delete it in the first place. So I'll end up destroying my whole collection just to do this in the first place. And then there'll be no point, right, when that's the failure condition anyway. It's a good way to sort of have like a Legend rank experience without actually having to get to Legend, because I don't really care to do it right now. Bonebreaker, let's make sure we don't accidentally craft more than I need. You're really trying to tell me these went 12 and 0? Like, there's no way, dude. Or like, from how long ago was this? When was this posted? May 28th. 1 minute ago. Oh, we better do it quickly then. Skeletal Sidekick. Of course, I don't know what the meta is. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do. It's slow paced. I had no idea what I was doing. You know, if I was really dedicated, I should have played up to a certain point first. Like, oh, I went from bronze to silver with the unholy one just to show, you know, this doesn't actually seem that expensive either. And I have so many Death Knight cards, so that's going to hurt my Death Knight Completionist challenge that, oh, I'm trying to collect every Death Knight card and every Death Knight cosmetic just for the fuck of it, whatever. Just to give me, like, a goal to have at this late stage in the game before it goes offline. But it's not going to matter because I'm going to lose it all now anyway. Hardcore Cultist 2. Possible some of the legendaries I would already have just because they're going to be neutral ones, but I'm not 100% sure. Might of Menethil, I thought wasn't even that good. In fact, I don't like Frost overall, but this maybe seems more like mid-range, which is kind of more my style. The control I did really like, though. At least we'll have that lovely deck going forward, which will be good for a few months, but it's just like, really? I don't have Thracian? Or how do you spell it even? Oh, Thessarian. I always call him Thracian. That's somebody else, isn't it? I forgot. Morrow Manipulator. Let's see. Morrow Manipulator. How many of these? You got 2 of them. Oh, yeah, this is a pretty good card. I hadn't played it Unholy at all until that one, but then I didn't even play the Brawliseum with it. It's like I should do 1 for each spec, but I feel like Unholy is just totally taken out of the mix. So we get cucked over pretty hard. Overseer. We do have, or I don't know if that's just the base one that you always have. Frostworm's Fury is going to be 2, and they're both epic. So I'm just worried if I have to make a legendary, I'm almost not gonna have enough dust. Don't accidentally craft a gold one like last time. Is it really considered a meta card? That's like an arena type card. Is it really that good? Deal 5, freeze all, and I guess it is good, but it's expensive, you know? Any one of those effects for less would be... Huh. Maybe this isn't that hard of a deck to make, actually. Yeah, it was 1 minute ago. You think I'm behind the times? I'm behind the meta. Foul egg. I don't know how the fuck you are supposed to play this, though. I find that ridiculous that people are saying they went 12-0. They're doing it just to troll. They're playing the long game, like... they're trying to bait people into using it so they can go 12-0 against it, so that, yeah, I made this for the other one, so it all works out. Almost like it's a broken card that fits in almost anything. How many? 2, so that should be 30. Although this one at least won't use Renethal, so that wasn't very expensive to make, so I'll give it a shot, I guess. I don't have any other ideas. How do you prove that you did it? Like, how do you show that? Like, I don't know. I'll try it, I guess. Understand. Oh, it's only 1,000 gold. I thought it was more than that. So I could just farm up. I could just farm up the 50 and do it without having to spend money. Yeah, let's get rid of that one so we auto fail. How far would I have to go to get 50 gold? Yeah, 1 game should basically be enough. You get a chance to practice with it too. Let's just change the name for the sake of it. So in the amount of time I'm wasting here, it's gonna fall out of style already. Frost. I don't see why it would be that different than just playing in Legend rank anyway, right? Like if you can go 12-0 at Legend to try to get to Legend rank 1 or whatever, but again, it's very hard to even do that. The first one I actually did spend real money for, so this is a fair way to do it. You get 3 tries because otherwise you could just say, okay, keep doing it. 1 try obviously isn't enough. Getting me to try the other specs of Death Knights too that I haven't done. You would think I'd like that Mograine one more too because I like blood. I was like the only one using blood for a while.
Darian Mograine versus the Lich King.
Using the stupid Corgi one to BM people too, I guess. Let's try to figure out how we're supposed to do this. Finale to all enemies, which means blood. Spends all your remaining mana. This is the sort of thing you don't really want in the early game. Hozik we had in the Undead, in the Unholy one, but I don't know if we had it in the Blood one. Maybe. Just because it's such a broken card, right? It fills up their hand. If they play it, it's going to be worse than what they were going to play anyway. But I can't tell what the pace of this deck is really supposed to be. It's not aggro, but it's also not really control, so... some kind of weird mid-range, high-value stuff. After you summon an undead, so I mean, there's no downside in doing that. After your hero attacks a minion, deal 2. So I haven't used hardly any of these cards, so it seems like the kind of thing that would do bad against control, actually, but you just have to finish them off before they... Yeah, it's totally going to be some troll just putting that there. Like, is there any proof that they went 12 and 2? I'll just take their word for it, I guess. And of course, it'll be easily vetted, because if it's not 12 and 2 in my hands, then it's not 12 and 2 for anybody, of course. I could have done the hero power, but I don't know. I have too many weapons. Like, how long am I supposed to hold on to this? Spend up to 3 corpses, freeze that many enemy minions. Doesn't say whether you get to choose or not. I feel like I've rarely seen anybody actually use this. In fact, I rarely saw anybody use Frost or Refresh 2 mana crystals. I don't know exactly how or when to use that, to be honest with you. We may as well just do that, and then if he has the inclination to destroy it, at least we can, you know. And this is going to be a bot too, using the basic hardback. Beating somebody at silver 10 with what should be a legend rank 1 caliber deck, apparently. There's nothing to regret about having made these decks either, because I wanted to make a lot of Death Knight cards anyway, but can I really go 12 and 2 or whatever? It's all going to be about the deck, but I do have to play it the right way, which I don't know what that's going to be. Yeah, I like how I just take the word of some random post. Like, they totally couldn't be making it up. Got to be a streamer like me and actually prove it. This will kill the egg, which I don't know whether I want to do that or not. And if the 5 corpses deal 2 damage to a random enemy for each. Let's just do this. Oh.
Let's even the score.
I don't know. Just let him do what he's gonna do. So if he kills the 5/3, this is the whole problem. Either he has to go out of his way to play them, which is awkward, or did they buff this guy? What happened to him? Wasn't he a 4/2, or he was differently statted? I forget even what he was. The whole rune idea is really stupid because it restricts a game that's already restricted. Like, oh, you know, you can only use certain cards in a certain class. It doesn't have the same overlap as like Magic the Gathering or something, but then they take it a step further. Like, each class has its own specs too. The only Resto Druids can use these, or only... It's really a bad design thing. You'll still get one of them. Or it gives me incentive to trade in, which I should have done last turn, right? I don't know why I didn't. So I'm already making misplays at silver 10. Okay, all I need from this is 50 gold, so I can just do it. So you gonna waste my time, or what?
But little time.
Okay, please, hurry up. Deal 2 damage to all enemies. Well, it's a good way to sort of try,
Reach for the sky.
I don't know why I'm exactly doing it like that even, but it doesn't matter. It should be such good value that you just, whatever. Find the best value play every time. The human calculator, not just from chess, but from card games too. I can't believe I lost to that clown in chess yesterday on this 51 Nintendo Club Classic 51. I was kind of memeing on people like, who would actually play this? Nobody's going to be as good as me at chess. Like, it's so easy to be better than the average person at chess because the average person doesn't care about chess the way that chess players do. It's a very try-hard kind of game. My position still doesn't look that good. Like, how would you be going against some of this higher value stuff? Up to 5 corpses, deal 2 for each. You gonna fucking pull out a Shutter Walk somehow out of his ass? The only time I've seen this card really be good. I mean, like, I'll still do it. But ordinarily you'd want to hold that back, but I don't know for how long. You gotta put a certain amount of pressure. We have 5 corpses anyway, so let's just do it. Even this is fine, even this is fine, this is fine. So the only problem here is, like, what if they had some crazy heals? What if they had some kind of reserve, which a lot of people are going to have? I don't know what you would do then. But a lot of these cards are just generally high value. Like, 2 damage free AoE and all this kind of crazy stuff. I don't know exactly when you're meant to use this. Some crazy combo. This card is very good. In fact, where else am I even using corpses? I feel like most of these cards don't even require them, so you're gonna have an excess as you do. I always wanted like give us Archimon that, or some equivalent to that. The Archimon idea, like when 50 minions die, you just win the game if you play it. But you could make the condition harder to reach than that. That was like a hypothetical fan idea for a card. Like if you have 50 corpses free and you don't use them.
For the wars to come.
Yeah, the war to come is the goddamn Brawliseum, so let's see if we can do it. I'm not too impressed by it, though, just from that initial sighting, so... Oh, wait, it didn't give me the... Oh, come on. You're gonna cuck me on the 50 gold? Why? 8 finale cards, draw 30 cards, 12 Festival of Legends weapons, 50 battle cry. Oh, come on. What is this? I don't want to spend money on it, although for the third one I would have to. But of course, to save myself $10 or whatever, I'll totally win just on this one. The same guy, basic card back? I guess not. He's gonna actually cuck me on even getting the 50 gold? Like, are you kidding me? Come on. Discover a spell if friendly undead die. That's fine. What exactly are you trying to do with the chicken? I don't understand. What card synergize with that? Just give it attack, I guess. So definitely don't summon it first. Does that really make a good value? I guess the 1 mana 3/3 with also Death Rattle protection. Or you could totally do it too. Just do it like this. I don't know. We could do this, this, and then this. Trade into something, of course, everybody's playing as a Death Knight, which you didn't see in Wild at all. In fact, I was wondering, are people finally being disciplined and not playing a class as soon as it comes out? But then you realize that what it actually does is... it's just because I was playing Wild that not as many people were playing as Death Knights. Death Rattle, draw a frozen spell. I mean, I'll still do it. Although maybe that's a bad use of it because now it won't be able to have attack. Or no, it's permanent, of course. We're not in the old days of Hearthstone where effects are, you know, have some limits. Just all max value all the time. So, cover spell, friendly undead dies. So basically, I could trade in, or if you kill something, totally a bot, just hit me in the face with it. Weird that you would have this in such a high quality deck, supposedly. Okay, I wasn't expecting to have to do this, or I was willing to even just buy the thing, but I guess I didn't have to because for some reason I thought it was like 1,500 gold or something. 1,000 is actually not that bad then. Like everybody can just try it once and that's good enough. You don't need to fucking make a point of trying to get 12 wins. It's utterly ridiculous that they would put a cosmetic behind that, but I guess that's why they feel okay doing it because, you know, it's only a cosmetic, so if you miss out, it's no big deal. It's not like you have a permadeath challenge riding on it or something. Isn't that the ultimate cuck job? When have you ever needed to do that for other cosmetics? Maybe you have, but the one challenge that I just happened to be doing by choice, and it involves buying a lot of stuff that you could, you know, it's kind of stupid. Okay, man, you're just gonna take all day to do this shit.
We do what the living cannot.
I don't even care about the outcome of these games. I just want to do... There's a lot of damage to the face that you're just getting incidentally, so it's almost like the same value as the curse thing, getting rewarded for doing nothing. Like the weapon. You hit an enemy with it, and then it does 2 damage to the face, so that'll end up racking up, but it kind of doesn't because there are going to be some crazy control-type matchups. I'm almost just trying to rush him down because I don't have the patience for this right now. Refresh 2 mana crystals, choose an enemy minion. 4 or 5 monstrosity with rush.
By the Ebon Blade. We do what the living cannot.
I guess I can save it for later. Almost every deck seems to have that card in it. Like, it's just a good card. 4 mana 4/4 that gives you a 1 cost that fucking Not like it's even a new card, right? Or is it? I can't remember. No, I don't think it is. I just haven't used it much because I don't typically use meta stuff anyway. Okay, dude. Yeah, this clearly shows what a great deck it is. Yeah, like, why do people perceive it differently, though? Isn't it the same as, like, a standard legend thing? So, like, if I was using that Cursed Warlock, and I did the Brawliseum with that, not that that's relevant now, you should have done just as well, because you were able to... But you still wouldn't have gone 12 and 2. Like,
Reach for the skies.
you'd go, like, 10 and 5 or something. 12 and 6, you know? It's not going to be that perfect. Summon this.
Close enough.
Summon this. Summon this. Make it like a 4 or 5. But that's actually a bad example because then you just lose it. Or no, you don't lose it. Yeah, a lot of these things I haven't even used. Now, how much death rattle protection do we really have? If you just did a basic AoE, not much. We'd get a 3/3, and we'd get a... But what you have to look with some of these decks, it seems underwhelming. Like, this isn't that great of a deck, but it's only turn 6, so you've gotten a good amount of value. Like how I said about Time Orb. Like, oh my goodness, it's turn 7 and they already have Time Orb. What the fuck am I supposed to do about that? It's so stupid. You don't get Dirty Rad, and if it doesn't take one of their things, you're just screwed. Okay, please give me the 50 gold and just let me do this. Think about how long it's actually gonna take. That's the whole problem with it. So maybe I should have only had one try, but that wouldn't be fair either. Okay, please, like, why didn't it give me any? I guess you'd have to complete a quest to do it, basically. That should give you enough to get through the next tier, right? Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll never get it. Fuck. You're here all day just fucking trying to get 50 gold. Like, why is it taking this long? Aren't you so close? Like, every game should give you a certain amount anyway. So stupid. Alright. At least we're getting practice with it. Not that I know what the hell I'm doing, or I won't know what to do against certain matchups, so this is like a blind playthrough of the current meta. Not that I haven't probably seen some of the meta decks anyway, but how you would play against it with some gimmick Iron Juggernaut anti-spell thing is different than how you'd play against it here. Is this that crazy Enraged Warrior meta matchup that, or the other 12 and 0 thing?
Play well or be eliminated.
Just play well. This will basically take all night, so I'll do it tomorrow, I guess. Just getting the 50 gold, because I don't know why it's so fucking difficult to do. It doesn't winning a game give you a certain amount of the points? Like, we're so close to it anyway. This doesn't even seem that good. Like, it does a lot of things, but it's expensive, so I don't know. It's not the kind of thing you would think would be that good meta-wise. Basic card back could be a bot, so it'll take like a fucking hour to beat him. Because they're super slow, not because they're good. Give it to attack, it'll be permanent, so it doesn't matter. That's the main reason why. Otherwise, you'd have to trade in. Can't always guarantee. I mean, even that's fine. So I could, like, use this. Deliberately blow it up. And we can still buff it. There's almost no need to. I can do the Harbinger trick. Draw a Frost spell. You can almost guarantee because you don't have like a ton of them.
The more you struggle, the better.
That's a pretty good line. I guess I never pay attention to it. Some of the characters they tried to make too cutesy and funny, like kel'thuzad in the fucking Curse of Naxxramas or whatever. You could do this. And you could do this. Or I could have just done that with it. So you seem very susceptible to AoE still, and I was saying that maybe even with the other deck, the Unholy, like, you have a certain amount of Death Rattle stuff and protection, but it's a pretty good board for turn 3. It's just, you could deal with it pretty easily. You want to just summon this guy and trade it as quickly as possible, I guess, so that they can't play the things, but they probably wouldn't want to anyway. Kind of an annoying spot to be in because you just can't do that much damage to him. We wouldn't be able to trade in even if I wanted to. It's the kind of card that's great for Arena because it's just good value, period. Like, any one of those things alone would be good, but who knows what the state of Arena is like at this point anyway. Yes, of course. It has a place in the fucking most meta decks of all. I think I did see that in some high tier deck though recently. I don't know if it was as a joke or what. Okay, you can do this anyway, just do it. I just only wanted to target that one guy. We could refresh 2 mana. I don't know exactly when to use that. Must be some very specific combos. You wouldn't just do it arbitrarily to try to get ahead in terms of ramp. What does this have to do with Frost anyway? Like a druid mechanic. So let's try to get to legend rank with this, and that'll prove the value of it. But by then, people would have already figured it out, I guess. Okay, that wasn't too big of a deal. I don't even really want to do that. Just do this. Do. Oh, whoops! I did that in the wrong order. Do this to summon both of those, which makes me extremely susceptible to AoE. But now you're almost forced to do it. You need like something that gives everything a death rattle. Summon a 1/1 Hawkstrider, like something like that. That card was busted as hell. Also something that's amazing in Arena, but it's good no matter what. That was in the Unholy one, which does seem to have fallen off the map. Either you're dealing with a Blood one or a Frost one, it seems like. Which thankfully, finally, Blood is actually in the meta. It seems like it didn't seem like anybody was using it at all before. Like when this first came out, at least. Or like the way that they use Mograine is so boring. Like, it'll just be as a static value play instead of trying to flip it like a clown like me with the whatever. Yo, 3 to a minion, we can kind of subvert the whole lifesteal aspect of it. Watch, I can do both of these for a crazy combo. It can be a perfect lethal. Or a little extra. Doesn't let you overkill like in Magic, where it'll make a point to show that. We still aren't. I don't know if you get anything for that. I guess I don't know how the reward track thing works. There we go. For fuck's sake. Or yeah, you can't copy a deck, can you, from your thing? Yeah. Nice. It can't handle my epicness. And if it bugs out, it makes me waste 1,000 gold. Why doesn't it let you just copy from? Or oh, here we go again. Wait, why is it? What? What do you mean? It's totally bugged out. Okay. What was it? Horn of Winter. I'll check it again. Okay, here we go, dude. Horn of Winter ×2. Then Bonebreaker. Weird that this would be my first time using Frost. Like ever. 2 of these. Frost Strike. Thankfully all this stuff is pretty cheap to craft, so I guess that's a good thing about it. Class that's generally new or a class that's basically I a class that is, you know, that I've already committed to, kind of, just in terms of the completionist aspect at least. Borrow manipulator guy, kick, overseer, and some of these they just give you whatever by default. Yeah, frost. That's really gonna narrow it down. Don't you love how some cards appear in like just every deck? Couldn't that imply that they're too broken or OP and should be nerfed? But those aren't the ones they'll nerf until like the next expansion, like Renathal. They're just such good value that everybody would just use them no matter what. No. Whatever, just do it. I don't care if I even got it wrong somehow. It'll come in clutch and save me. We're playing a slow deck, an ice deck, but I'm being super impatient already. Okay, let's just get a good streak in a row. They're probably using the same try-hard stuff, like the enraged thing, which I won't know how to play against, so whatever, I'm fine with it.
Or be eliminated.
Okay. Simple curve plays, nothing crazy. It's amazing how this undead tag never existed until now. Even with the Knights of the Frozen Throne, they didn't add it. So we get to literally skip ahead to like see what legend play would be like, because that's what it's going to be. Or can't we just get a couple bad opponents in a row? Because my whole idea that bad people would be playing at the beginning was wrong. So now it might be a mix of both. It couldn't be worse because we got destroyed, and that deck was pretty good too. Although maybe I didn't know exactly how to use it, which I'm not going to know how to use this either. Okay. Gotta be that enraged thing. What else could it be? You could leave this. Yeah, like maybe there's some unspoken rule. Never leave the Divine Shield up. I could have gotten rid of... Oh, I should have done that anyway. Just pop it and I'd still be alive. So, deal 2 damage is not really worth it now. You can save it as an AoE. Just need something that's going to be reliable no matter what. Against any matchup. I mean, going 12-0 is ridiculous if it's really true that it did that. This would be pretty good, actually. But so is this. I can kill it with no incident. I can't decide.
Citadel stands strong.
It just seems good because he's going to get the attack, you know, for free here, and my stuff might not stick around. Last time I was distracted by high-level chess play, of course. I was multi-boxing, and that's normally the day where I stream chess, so I didn't want to distract from that. Okay. Not a big deal. Lot of commitment early, though. Is it really worth it to execute stuff? It must tell you that what I'm using is very... basically like aggro, which I wasn't even expecting that it is. You could do this for sure. That's good. Raise up to 5 corpses. I mean, just because I like the anti-magic thing. But no, this could be more good utility later. Let's actually do this and then we can give it attack next turn. I don't see what is really costing me corpses that much, but maybe that's not a good thing to have. We'll see. Reasonable value. He went in really hard at the beginning here, using execute, using... I guess whirlwind isn't that good, but... he's feeling very terrified. He's frozen in fear already, and I haven't even used any ice spells. But they're going to have like a million control options that I'm not even aware of. That's okay to do. Save the other chick. Save that. This is like just a turn to play slow and just kind of get everything going. You don't have to force it. Because all this stuff is kind of reactive. If he has a board, if he has a minion, if he has a lot of AoE stuff. In fact, I always say that, oh, blood has the best AoE, but at least you have a good variety of them here. Like, this chick does it, this chick does it, This kind of does it. That's almost better. Just do like 10 damage to the face. You get like a free pyroblast if you just clear the board. This isn't too bad still. We can easily kill that with respect to, you know, should I commit that hard in or not is the question. I don't mind doing it. It's good value curve play too, but it's almost like you should save it for something. I didn't need to do it there, so now... But I also don't want the game to go on super long. Like, he already used Execute, so that's telegraphing that he's worried about the board. To go ahead and do Brawl. But the better play might have been just, like, hit it with your weapon or hit it with this and then finish it with that or something. I still have plenty of AoE, though, so I don't know what I'm really saving it for. You got 2 spells if they're both Frost, and of course they're always going to be Frost. So I have no other use for corpses, really. At the end of your turn, give all top minions +2/+2. We can do... Hard to tell whether the quantity is actually better. Let's do 5 like this. And then we'll kill it with this. Draw 2 spells, draw a card, deal 2 damage. I don't know, like... The thing is... I'll even just go all in with damage there. The thing is, you don't want to draw too much. I'm going to deck myself out, but I guess it's meant to end before then. So it's sort of an aggro mid-range hybrid if you look at it, at least the way I'm doing it. You don't want the game to go on for long at all. And you don't mind decking yourself out, because then the assumption, I guess, is you're going to lose anyway. I still have plenty of options to get rid of stuff like that. Hit this, hit this, hit this.
My compliments.
Or now it's going to be a bit too much stuff. Watch them still make a comeback. Deal 2. And I think mathematically what the best way to do is with this. You do kind of both of these, so it's fine. Or I should have maybe popped that first. Okay, so we got to do 4 to this, which I can do like 2 and 2, do 5 there.
Let's even the score.
Or no, I don't even have to do that. What am I doing? Yeah, let's refresh the crystals and then we can do this. He's down to 6. We got to end this quickly. Refresh 2 enemy characters can't be healed. I mean, that would be arguably good in some cases like this. Like, I could just finish you off with that. It's actually over. Oh, that's kind of a sick way to win. You generate that and then you do it crazy like a druid play. Don't give him a chance. That wasn't too bad. I don't know how good the deck that they were using actually is, but hey, if they can do 12 wins, it's possible. We can go 12 and 2 at least. Some of these matchups are just gonna get nuts, though. I think I don't know whether that's a favorable one or not. You would think it would be because it's more like anything more control, which warriors tend to be, is going to be a little bit harder, I guess.
Play well or be eliminated.
I can't really argue why Horn of Winter would be good here because you don't even have 2 mana to begin with, although that's not good either. I can't believe how big of a component the fucking Foul Egg actually is. Wow. MVP card. Very reliant on the buffs, but oh, here we go. Speaking of control stuff, so it's better to do that first. And kind of didn't get the best mulligan back, but it's okay. I haven't gotten to the point where using this is really that good even. Although I did get a chance to use it at least. I could do this to just... No, there's no need to do that though. I don't know what some of these playstyles are. That's my problem. Like, oh yeah, of course, don't use your removal on that one crazy thing because they have that other crazy thing coming next after it. I have no idea. Okay, not even worried about the board. Interesting. To make it a 3 attack thing, which is arguably not even necessary. Just play on the board, although I don't know how much you can afford to go face. You would think in a matchup like this is just not going to happen. So go ahead, use your AoE, and my hand is completely burned out. Or I do have a lot of AoEs myself in there that you could be stealing. Of course, the ultimate anti-meta thing, just use their own deck against themselves, which is sometimes what rogues and priests do anyway, but... Like, really, dude? Hard to play around yourself, like you weren't going into the matchup expecting that. All right, go like this. Kind of not a good curve situation to be in, I'll admit. Why did I feel like he was statted differently? Or maybe he always just is buffed by something, so it seems like that. You can do a total of 4 damage no matter what. The damage he's doing to the face with that is kind of inconsequential to me. Gonna be winning by like turn 7, turn 8 though. You don't want this to drag out. I don't know how he's gonna play though, really. Deal 3 to all friendly characters. Silence, okay, that's not a bad sign. Oh shit. Pretty good. Oh really, you're that committed, so you're not worried about the board at all, huh? Could I do this? I mean, I have no other plays, so I don't mind doing it. Let's just try to put pressure since he seems so desperate to deal with the board. Seems like a suboptimal play, but how much stuff are they really going to summon? That's the thing, I just don't know how these decks work. Okay. Go ahead and do this, hit him in the face for 10, and then we could almost do it all over again. Literally just a 6 mana 5/5 with fucking Pyroblast. What a fair and balanced card that is. Playing hard aggro, and I'm probably gonna lose because of it, but I don't know what else I could do. I mean, you let it get to this point, you're not gonna win. That's the thing. This is a good 4 and 7 play. I don't have to force this. Choose a minion, summon 2/2, choose a minion, spread his death rattle to adjacent minions. I don't know what death rattle we're really looking for. I guess that could be useful if you summon something big. Same thing. Transform into 4/5. Okay. You summon something decently big, I can do. Maybe I overdid it a little bit, but you know, a free Pyroblast to the face is never a bad thing. It does feel like you would have to play this way. You don't want it to get to the late game. If it gets to turn 10, it's already over. Sometimes the control idea, at least in the more modern setting, I just have to kill him right now. That's it. Which I can do 10, 15 between these two, but it'll take too long. That's the problem. I'm going to 4/5, which isn't going to matter much. He doesn't summon anything big so far. I hate these card backs where it like goes off the side of it. Like it, that part. It's weird. Okay, dude. You can take one of those high value cards and use it against me, but how exact would it copy that? I guess it would be exactly the same discover effect. Might have Menethil, alright. Oh, Corp, you have a corpse count too. My mistake. Like, that wouldn't even register as a mechanic until you first copy a Death Knight card. Okay, dude. This is a 4/5 with a rush. This would do a decent amount. I don't know what I'm doing now. Deal 3, summon a 2/2, deal 3 and freeze it. Deal 1 to all enemies. Let's do this one actually. Might be compelled to do Mind of Menethil. So this kind of matchup you can just tell is not ideal. Possible I still have a chance. I mean, you can surprise him with another thing to the face if you can just get him to 10, but I won't be able to. Gonna have a million heals and stuff. Oh, fuck. He's sniping me. He totally knew I would have that. Well, now what do I do? I'll just do that to the face. High level play, by the way. I'm just desperate to get him down. I'm probably playing this wrong, but it doesn't feel like you can do anything. Like, you just have to get him low. I don't know what his end game win condition is, but he's already outlasted everything. Yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I can just sit there and do nothing, but you're not going to win that way either. This is not that type of deck. Okay, dude.
Understand the code.
Deal 2 to all enemies. I don't have enough mana to really make that happen.
Pick me! Pick me!
Do 2 with Rush. We can kill this. Do that. Just kind of burnt out of value. He's kind of burnt out of cards too, but now they're going to start to become really good. It's a weird matchup. If I get a couple good things in a row, I might still have a chance, but your best source of trying to finish them off is that chick, the 6 mana 5/5 that does 10 to the face potentially. And that's a hard thing to play around. Yeah, this is just not a good spot to be in. Maybe I played it overly aggressive, but whenever I see a priest, that's always my instinct, no matter what I'm playing as. Even if I'm playing as control, I might still want to do that. So do this, then maybe do this too. Not that it's that important, but I'm just completely burnt out of options. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? It's too much healing. So good. Or I could finish that off, I guess. Your minions attack you, resummon any that die. I don't know.
Reach for the skies.
Let's even the score.
He'll heal for like a fucking million anyway, so the buff was almost superfluous there. Or no, it wasn't, because it wouldn't have died otherwise. Yeah, so how exactly do I win at this point? I guess I could have just held some stuff back, but maybe this just isn't a good matchup. And 4 games for every 1 loss, so it doesn't mean necessarily that I'm going to lose, but I'm going to burn out of cards. Like, I don't see the way to win here. After friendly undead dies, draw a card. After your hero attacks, reduce the cost. But I can try to deck myself out with this, I guess, would be the solution. But now they're in their comfort zone. They're going to have a heal. They're going to have an answer for everything. So basically, the way to play around a lot of their cards is just don't do anything, and then they'll still win. Like, oh, don't summon something that they'll destroy and then heal with it. Or they're going to use Astalor too, such a priest-intensive card. You can't let them last this long, but
Let's even the score.
do it again, draw 2 more spells, like just really burn yourself out. There's just no point though to any of this. Still putting a decent amount of pressure, but you just know they're gonna have too much. You do another one of those, I guess. I'll just start whacking the face with that. For 8, 12, 16, he'll never be able to mitigate that. too many of their heals are dependent on your stuff too. Like, oh, destroy their stuff and you heal for the same amount. So you really can't play around that. Look how many corpses I have too. Just deal 1 damage for each corpse. How about that? That would be fair. Good old the Nathrius effect. It just gets up to like 20 plus. Yeah, he's just not. I think I actually played it kind of right because you can't do anything else. But if I just ignore it and go face, not gonna have another chance. Like, if you finally ran out of heals, I could do it, but matchup does seem kind of doomed. Already off to a bad start. You got to go 4-1, 8-2, 12-3. But even then, the order has to be exact if you're going to go like that. Yeah, this would take an insane amount of time, even if you were to do it. Yeah, this is going to deck out. And this is the type of matchup where they could totally afford to do that too. Right? They can totally summon them comfortably. Even if it wasn't at this stage in the game, they could still do it. Huh. I can't think of anything you could have done there that would have won you the game. Yeah, see, they can just toy with your expectations. It's no big deal.
It's all in your head.
That is tough. Maybe the blood deck could have beaten them, but you can't switch in the middle. Oh, fuck. We've been doing that in the wrong order. I mean, I'm still trying, but it's just not gonna happen. Look how low we still get him, though. He just has infinite healing. Look at this shit.
Our gift of fire empowers us.
Or even that's fine, but yeah, what a great priest card, huh? It fits so well with them. Not like it's just totally busted, so everybody uses it anyway. What an amazing thing. Look at these 25 corpses, though. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Cards left. Let's even the score.
Okay, that's a good deck. There's nothing I can do. We play it again, I'll maybe hold some of my stuff back and see how it works, but it just isn't going to happen. Like, literally deck me out. But then you kind of deck yourself out. That's what I kind of object to with some of these Frost cards. There's too much card draw and not enough just sometimes raw value of what you're doing. Like, what is the win condition of this deck? I don't even get it. You're going to do a certain amount of damage in the mid-range and just beat them on the board. You almost have to play it like an aggro deck, though, especially in a matchup like that. Maybe you shouldn't queue up right away, because then you'll queue up against the same person. How many people are really doing this anyway? Gotta go up against a whole bunch of bots. Or is he gonna be using the same exact thing?
Play well or be eliminated.
I guess I don't mind this, but especially since we have the coin. Draw a Frost spell. Dude, there's too much card draw, though. You're drawing 2 for that Overseer, then you're drawing 4 for the fucking Shellfallen Baron. Like, you're just trying to end it as quickly as possible, I guess. There's no other way to look at it. You'll lose like an even matchup just because you overdraw. By already suboptimal value, but maybe it's fine. They might be using like the Unholy one, which is totally outdated. Let's just try not to give up anything on the board. That one I should be able to outlast. You have a ton of AoE stuff. Or no, they're using the same one. Not saying it's exactly the same, but... Okay, refresh 2, which doesn't matter to me right now. You could do this, but actually I won't do it. Let's save it for something a little better. That's fine. So you're getting a lot of residual damage between this and Thessari, and you have like the same idea, right? You're doing something you would normally do anyway, like just summoning a minion, but then it'll give you, okay, the ultimate play. I could hit one and then kill one if I want to go above and beyond like that. Like, why not? Just get rid of one threat. I have nothing else to do anyway. If you cast 3 spells while holding this, freeze 3 random enemies. But like, this is a pretty good value, actually. Yeah, if I lose this, I have no excuse because it's at least a mirror matchup. Although it could still be RNG and whatever, but can't complain about a mirror matchup. We can do this. He's going to be very inclined not to do anything like play them. So now it makes it hard. You can't use removal. You can't summon something because then I just trade into it and get threes back. So it can be a little bit tricky, but he's going to have a lot of AoE too. So I have to be careful not to overcommit. This will be a good play. I don't know about this really right now. He buffs this, I can kill it and then kill it with this. They have more cards than me, but it should be fine for now. Or, you know, 2 of them are mine. Temptation to play those bots is not particularly great either. Like, oh, he'll freeze it though. It's not a bad thing. You really gonna do that though? I'm not a priest, dude.
And close enough.
Okay, that still doesn't matter. So give me this. I'm fine with it. He's gonna AoE me down. Kill that just for the sake of it. I don't see what you'd really be saving this weapon for anyway. So if this nasty fucking thing triggers, I can do that, obviously.
The more you struggle, the better.
2 2/2s. Okay, he's playing all kinds of weird stuff now. Lower on the health count. These are a little bit annoying, I'll admit. And up to 3 corpses, freeze that many enemy minions. Maybe I should kill off something first and then do it. Let's see what these kill. Okay. Yeah, because you'll freeze the rest, so it's actually okay. Let's kill and it doesn't really even matter that I froze them, but I don't know if that was exactly the right way to do it, but he still hasn't played the bot, so any chance to trade in Pozic would be great. Ah, fuck. Oh, good time to do it, actually. Damn. I thought he'd be preoccupied with doing something else. There's so many good applications of that card too, like you cause them to overdraw or whatever. Yeah, it's still not a big deal, but can't be healed. Can't really argue with this guy. You could hit this, you could hit this. And then the act of doing that would mean that you can use the Vizier ability. So that's a decent play. Now all I have to do, Heart Strike, Tomb Guardians. Cost 2 less, that's not bad. I'm copying what he just did. Refresh 2. Then 4 corpses to give them. You know what, dude? Just annoy you right back. Try to flood the board. He's got a ton of AoE too, but this is a good matchup. I like this already. 2 good players with good decks. Fuck off. It still doesn't matter though, because... Or wait. What the hell did you draw then? He didn't draw 2 Frostbow?
All is not lost yet.
Oh yeah, it's got a long way to go. Alright, let's we could do the school chick, we could do this. Let me think. Kind of a tricky play. Let's not mess around with the reborn stuff.
I wonder.
I want this to hit the chick. Hit the chick. Good. Now we can do this.
Reach for the sky.
And then I'm not going to overcommit more than that. Let's just wait. It's a pretty decent board. We'll get 3 of these things back if you do AoE. So you have to AoE twice, which is not that hard for Frost to actually do. Wait, that's a pathetic play, though. What are you doing? Oh, I guess, you know, freeze them, but... Wait, do I even have Astalor in here myself? I don't think I do. I'm actually pretty low myself.
Who here can spell Zinjari?
+1/+1 can't be targeted. Deal 2. Destroy the highest attack minion. I guess is okay.
Pick me! Pick me!
We still do have the Reborn as protection, unless he can do 9 to the face, which with Astalor coming up could be the case. Let's see. Really? Really? Or you can chain lock them by doing this. Locking up the board like that is a bad idea, I guess.
Who here can
Okay.
spell Zinjari?
That was
Anybody?
kind of my mistake. I shouldn't have flooded the board like that. But then again, if he's going to clear it out for me, that's fine too.
Pick me!
Okay, maybe he's doing me a little favor by doing that. Man, that turned around really quick. You have 4 damage. Your next thing... I almost have to do this just to preserve the board. Let me guess. He's going to freeze it again. Like, whatever, dude. You got it. You got it. I'm sure somehow you'll come up with the damage. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Or you'll just discover the damage. Man, how did that go so reverse so bad? I was gonna win that. He was even discouraged and emoting and stuff. Please don't find the 1 damage that you need. He's got it. He's got it. 100%. Or he'll just fucking freeze again. I guess that's where I underestimate the spell. It's just freezing everything every turn. He did that twice in a row successfully. These taunts sort of saved me, but who knows what's gonna happen. Well, given the health situation, I think I'm done for. I'm not gonna have more taunts or heals or anything.
The citadel stands strong.
Can I do it for finale? I guess I
The
could.
citadel stands strong.
Fuck. That could have killed him right there. You. Are you kidding me, dude? Now I'm gonna. Fuck you.
A skillful maneuver. I will show you true sacrifice.
So stupid. Well, there you go. At least it's a quick run. That's fine. We got 1 more shot. I don't know when I'm even gonna do it. Only have till Wednesday. Or yeah, let's try. We do one when it first comes out and we get destroyed. We do one in the middle of when it's out, like a couple days in, and we get destroyed. Then we'll do one at the very end and get destroyed.
Arian Mograine versus Illidan.
It'd have to be like Tuesday, I guess.
Now, play well
Man,
or be eliminated.
I give up. I don't know. It's so competitive, like these fucking people. I probably could have won that one. I'll even accept it, but the priest one, I don't think I could have won. That matchup is just very difficult. I don't know what to say. Now we'll win like 9 in a row and then still fail to fucking, you know. Now this is insane though. I can't believe it.
Reach for the skies.
It was sort of like a bad luck thing at the end too. Like if I got that chick a little bit earlier, it would have finished him off right then and there.
I see.
That card is insane, dude. Just a free pyroblast to the face for nothing. Wait, we'll wait on these. You're letting me get away with lots. I don't know what Demon Hunter style of play really is. They can be very mid-rangey and flood the board themselves. This somehow seems like a control type of thing, though.
Who's hiding now?
Rush 2-1. You will make a point to try to kill the chicken, huh? There's no excuse for you losing a mirror matchup ever. You should always win when you're a player of my caliber and experience. Because I underestimated how good that card can be. Not really a fan of this situation. I guess I'll just wait. A lot of my stuff is reactive, so I can't afford to waste it when he has so many more cards anyway. You do this plus this would be fine. Colossal +2 after a minion is frozen, destroy it. Deal 2 to all enemies, draw a card. What is the Colossal +2 like? I don't even know. I'll do that just because it's fun. This run is already over. I'm not the Boston Celtics where I can be fucking back against the wall and win 3 in a row. I can't believe that happened. Add a random outcast card to the left, right, and they're still going to lose game 7 like the clowns that they are. They cost 2 less. Oh, now it shows you rush, freeze any minion damage by this. You get 2 of them, so you'll be able to kill 2 things right away. That's actually quite good. But that's not in your deck normally. Like, I don't know if I actually have it even. The refresh 2 won't actually work there. I can't actually do this because
Can't stand the cold.
Let's even the score.
let's just do that. Leave it as it is. It's not that big of a deal. He's down to a pretty low amount of health, but it's just not going to matter. They're going to have some crazy stuff later. Summon something big, we can do this. If you summon something small, we can do that. Lifesteal. You know what this kind of reminds me of is like in WoW, right? Like, oh my goodness, a Demon Hunter just healed for 20. Like in vanilla WoW, a mage couldn't heal at all, and then eventually they got evocation, they healed him and other things. It's like it went from class identity where they're defined more by what they can't do than by what they can do. Therefore, what they can do can be very strong and defined. So instead, what happened like over time is like everybody has everything. Everybody has a heal. Everybody has CC. Everybody has just an example of every type of mechanic. So I don't really know what to do.
I wonder.
You could deal 3, but I should do one of these. Like, let's just. Doesn't really seem worth it, but I just don't even know what to do. Yeah, you shouldn't even try to do damage to the face, but I wasn't like going out of my way to do it. It's just. I don't even understand fully what he's doing, but it is like a mid-range thing still. Totally do it again. Save this for like the kill, I guess. Or maybe you should do it more like. You know what? Let's just do it. It should be enough to kill it. And it's not going to matter because he'll heal again for like 1,000,000 because that's just what these people do. A healing Demon Hunter. Like even Death Knights have more intrinsic value to make that make sense, like blood. After it survives damage, deal that. That doesn't bother me. Only has 4, so I can easily... Wait. Oh, it'll only survive 1 then. But you could totally do this, but let's do it the other way. Do this. And then do this. Deal 2 to all enemies, draw a card. A lot of these things are just better reactively, so I don't know what to make of it. Maybe that wasn't the best play to make. Make him flood the board and then freeze them, and then we go for the kill. How about that? Just hit him in the face. Oh my god. Oh my god. We go 1 and 3 again? Are you kidding? Dude, what is this mode? Wouldn't this have a better record at like... This is insane though. That's insane. Okay, I'll wait till like the last day, which I think is like Tuesday. And then maybe I'll come up with one other. So I tried it with Blood and I tried it with Frost. Not that I can't try it with other classes, but I think it's fitting to... ends in 3 days. Okay, so today I'm going to do my third of 3 attempts to get the 12 wins in the Brawliseum. So the other 2 I got 1 win and 1 win, which is pretty surprising. I probably could have done a little better in one of them, but the fact is it's such a bullshit challenge. I think the 3 tries is pretty fair. Whereas like with the other one, I only had 1 try, and that was just to win 3 games, but it was with a really shitty deck. So for the first one, I used a control Blood deck, which I really like, but too bad because if I fail... and I haven't really used any of these because I wasn't playing with meta stuff, but I just love Mograine. And you don't really use it in the fun way like with the Brewmasters and stuff that I was doing. But yeah, we went 1 and 3 with that, Control, and then we went 1 and 3 with this, which is like Frost. This is more like mid-range. So it's only fitting that we should do Unholy, but they nerfed Unholy. So I have 1860 dust to work with. I have all these Death Knight cards. I'll probably use Death Knight again. I guess I don't have to, but that's all I really have, so... That's the good thing is like I don't have that much in this collection anyway, but just because I always just disenchant my shit regardless, but I'll have to disenchant every card that you're able to. And I mean, winning 12 games is kind of bullshit. Let's look through all this cosmetics and stuff. Last day, basically the whole point of the challenge was like just try to keep up with every Death Knight collectible, like every hero and stuff. So it wouldn't be that hard. Normally, when do they require for any of the other heroes that you win 12 fucking games in a Brawliseum in one shot? It's one thing between multiple. They almost never do anything that crazy, but yet here we are. So we have 7 out of 9. The only 2 is obviously this is just from winning 1,000 games, which you can get at any point. This was the other one where I did do a permadeath for it. It was 1 try to get 3 wins, which might not seem that crazy, but yeah, how come I did better in that? I guess more people were playing it. See, my whole predicate was like, oh, I should try it the day it comes out. So I tried it last like Wednesday, and it'll be the easiest at the beginning, and I get destroyed. Then I'm like, okay, in the middle, all the tryhards will be done with it. So then on when was it? Obviously it was Sunday. Then I got destroyed. So now it's the last day, right? Like you get to do it maybe a little bit into tomorrow. It's not even like I care about the visual of it, but like, I don't even know who that character is, if he's just made for Hearthstone or if he's actually a real character in the universe. Okay, so I'll look up something like actually net decking, actually metagaming for like the first time ever since September of last year, because that's the last time I cared. So the point is I'll try to tweak it a little bit, but I don't even have that much dust and stuff to work with. This one did say at that time, and it had been posted like a minute ago, that it was 12-0, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I believe it, because that, you know, clearly a master like me who doesn't know the meta, who doesn't know the deck, who doesn't know what they're doing because I just play gimmick stuff. It's just not... I could have certainly won a couple of those, though. Like the priest game I couldn't have won, but there's a demon hunter and a thing. Big Death Rattle Druid, Abyssal Curse Warlock. Best decks, Unholy Aggro Death Knight. Is that really still there? Because they did nerf it, I'm pretty sure. The Necromancer to a 2/3 and all kinds of stuff. Frost Aggro Death Knight. 2 days ago. Yeah, I don't know how trustworthy some of these are. I guess you can't even see it, but... Unholy 45 Legend. But that doesn't mean the same thing, I guess, for Brawliseum. But why would it be any different, right? They're both good standard decks. I guess they have to be even better, but then why wouldn't you use them in Legend too? I don't know. I guess I'll just go with the same one because I don't have a lot of options here. I'm not going to have enough dust to make anything. Like, basically, I wanted to do it as Death Knight anyway. That's the whole point of the challenge, is like, well, it doesn't mean you have to, but 12 and 2 Frost Aggro Death Knight. It's the same one from 2 days ago, so who's to say? I don't get it. Like, do they explain? Like, what are you supposed to do? It's just like mid-rangey. You can't beat a priest to save your life. Outcast Demon Hunter, Renathal Control Priest. 12 and 2 Menagerie Warrior, Frost Death Knight. Let's see if this one's different. Pure Paladin, Frost Death Knight again. So I don't deny that Frost Death Knights could do it. I'm not going to use that as an excuse like, oh, my deck isn't good enough. Like, what's the difference? Horn of Winter, Arms Dealer, ×2. Let's actually look at it. I wasn't too happy with it, though. Like, it didn't seem that good. 2 Horn of Winter, 2 Arms Dealers, and what else? You have 2 Bone Breakers, 2 Foul Eggs. It's going to be the exact same one, too. 2 Bone Breakers, 2 Foul Eggs, 2 Skeletal Sidekicks. Of course, this is just like a mind game. They show you this one with 12 wins just so that you think... Just so that you can think you'll do it, and then they'll beat you up. Like, everybody will be using this. Astalor, I don't think is actually in here. Maybe that's what it was missing. Not like it told me to put that, but we'll see like what we take out for that. At least this guy puts a picture. Astalor, Froststrike ×2, Chillfallen Baron ×2. You don't have Harbinger of Winter at all, it seems like. Harbinger of Winter. It would be lovely if I could keep all these. Like, now I actually have meta Death Knight decks. Not like I couldn't have made them before, but Hardcore Cultist ×2, Nerubian Vizier ×2, Bite of Menethil times how many, though? That one had 1, this one has 2. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's all about just freezing stuff and fucking... Okay. Oh, please don't make me make a legendary, but I still have enough for one of them. Pozic is the only one I see. Thessarian... Overseer Frigidara I already have. I want to use the legendary Cindergosa. I forget what it does, but it's kind of... I love Cindergosa. Frost Queen Cindergosa. After an enemy is frozen, destroy it. Yeah, why wouldn't this be badass? I guess it's just too expensive. And it requires the blood commitment that you might not have here. Nerubian Vizier, Might of Menethil ×2. Pozic Engineer, everybody uses that. School Teacher ×2, everybody uses that. Pretty much Thessarian. Morrow Manipulator is an amazing card. Free Pyroblast to the face, in a manner of speaking. Overseer Frigidara. Okay, so everything else is the same. You're really trying to tell... I mean, I guess this one's worse for all intents and purposes. The fact that it went 12 and 2. Or let's see what the difference is here, then. Horn of Winter, Arms Dealer, same thing. Bone Breaker ×2. Foul Egg. Like, why they put the same one up so many times? There must be some slight difference. This one doesn't have Astalor in there. It's like the Denathrius thing, the one I put it in the Imp deck. How could it be a bad thing, right? There's very few times it's going to hurt, but it can win you the game. I like it as a finisher. Harbinger of Winter, it's just so flexible. Everybody just... So those are the two main differences. You have Astalor and the other Might of Menethil versus the Harbinger of Winter. Chillfallen Baron, Hardcore Cultist, Vizier, Might of Menethil, Pozic. I mean, this one's also 12 and 2, so I'm fine with it. Only costs like 4,000 to make, though. Okay, I'll just do it. I'll just do it. So this is fine. I never really used Frost much either. In fact, I never really used Unholy much. It was mostly just blood, and not very good at that, but kind of deliberately. Or definitely deliberately. Like, I'm trying to do a fucking Brewmaster flip deck like the Iron Juggernaut, which was also not very good ever. But you know what's annoying about this? They don't let you, or maybe they let you copy it from there. When you go into here, they don't let you actually do it. So now, which hardcore tryhard players would be doing this now? This should be the least competitive time, although I said that at the beginning, too. Get in quick and just do it. Participate in 98 more. No, one more, dude. I'm good. Fuck off, dude. Yeah, you get 100 tries. What kind of casual moron thing is that? Who would pay that much money? I guess you could just not pay money for it, but we're using that clown corgi thing. We'll go out like that. Look, dude. Look. I did make some misplays in the last one, but hooray, we would have been 3 and 3 instead of, 1 and 3. Like, what do you want me to say, dude? What am I doing wrong? Like, let me try to understand it. Or maybe those explain it, because I'm too much of a moron. Like, I kind of get it, but I don't really get why it's that good. It's just one of those mid-range, I don't know. At least these ones post screenshots to prove that they did it. So they lost 2 games, let's tell. Refresh 2. This isn't the best deck you could possibly use, I'm sure. There's other ones higher rated, like Druid and stuff, but just for the Death Knight Purity. So this you can use in a lot of cases to combo something. It's good value early game stuff. The egg was actually really good value because you keep buffing it. Astalor is fine. Frost Strike is decent. The point is you got to basically play like an aggro deck because like it's mid-range, but like the priest, if people were maybe saying, oh, you were playing it too aggressively, but if I didn't, what am I going to do? I don't have a win condition. Like I don't have a win condition in the end game, and not only do I not have a win condition, but so many of your cards cause you to draw stuff, so you're going to deck yourself out if you play it. So like just don't play anything and just let them beat you. It's an AoE. It's just like a solid mid-range, decent value cards. Like what? There's nothing like that really pops out. In fact, my bigger weakness isn't not knowing what this deck is all about, but not knowing what anybody's deck is all about. Like I don't know what they're trying to do. I said that one hunter looks like aggro, and then he turns into, he summons like 2 fucking 16/16 elephants in one turn and just rolls me over. Like what am I doing?
Will serve me.
This you really don't need.
The time has come for your reign to end.
I mean, you arguably don't want him, but you know what, dude? I don't even mind. I don't even need to do the 2 damage. But just to give me something to summon, I have removal. He's using a basic card back. Like, can't I just get a lot of bad opponents? But then again, these decks are so cheap that it's not hard to imagine. It's not hard to imagine that you could easily make them, even if you are bad or whatever. Oh, so you're trying the other one that I was using before, which is probably exactly the same. So Frost must just be busted, period. Okay, no reason not to do that. Deal 2 damage to all enemies, draw a card. After you cast the spell, deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies. This could get really annoying for him. I kind of need more low early game stuff, no? I never really liked Remorseless Winter as a card.
Curious.
This is fine, I guess. You don't really have a good curve going on right now, though. You wouldn't even really want to use the AoE from this because you don't want to kill the egg, but eventually you're going to have to anyway. I'd be okay with... Wait. Oh, fuck. I already messed up. But you know what? We may as well do that. That wasn't what I intended to do because I forgot. I thought I had to pay corpses or something. See, I don't even know what some of these cards do. After something dies, after you cast a spell, deal 4. Your next costs 1 less. You know, let's just do it because we don't have a lot of cards right now that are going to be damage spells or single target. Yeah, in fact, you don't have any good single target removal. Most of your stuff is just... Most of your stuff is just AoE. I even made fun of Frost at the beginning. It doesn't have enough AoE, but now it has so much. You could sack something for this. Coining wouldn't allow that to work. Your next spell costs 1 less. Isn't relevant right now. This turn. You may as well just do it, I guess. Some of these are maybe not the best value plays. I'm trying to play with like maybe too much tempo and I don't need to because I don't know. Give me some easy matchups at least to start. Let me start out 5-0 and then destroy me. Like at least give me a chance, dude. You want to buff this thing? It's AoE protection too. Who would think this egg is actually so good? But it makes sense. Deal 2, but then what? You're gonna do the same thing, mirror matchup. Everybody's doing the same exact thing. How fun! This is why I don't normally like doing stuff like this, but you know, like playing actually on the ladder seriously. This you want to have a bit more, and doing it to the face is arguably not good, but this is good. Let's just see what we get. I don't mind even hitting him in the face with that. Like, let's just get it rotating, and then we can do the other ones. So on top of everything else, that's the finisher that maybe I needed for the other one. Because we kept getting people super low, and then I couldn't finish them off. Deal 2 damage to enemies, which is going to do. You get a lot of residual damage through, not unlike the whole curse deck, let's say. Or it's just my bad karma for not... Wait, I thought it's supposed to cost... Oh, no, I'm confusing it with this. You could do this and it would generally kill that. I don't see the downside of doing it. Normally you want to do it more so to the face, but that was pretty perfect. Now we get the other Astalor, he's almost already dead, but... Wait, so I need some kind of removal for this or some kind of protection. This is what can be so annoying about it. You could do this plus this. You don't want to do that yet. Let's get a 1-mana spell that can deal with that, or spread his death rattle to adjacent minions. Deal 3 if it kills it. I mean, I could just hit that with the weapon. Maybe I should wait. Yeah, see, somebody like did that fucking 3 turns in a row because they discovered one. So it's like, I have a full board, but then you kind of block yourself out. But then again, even if you didn't block yourself out, he just kept freeze locking me, so there's nothing I can do. It is actually kind of a fun mechanic how, you know, haven't felt this frozen in place since Freeze Mage. Haven't been this excited for something Frozen since the fucking sequel to Frozen, which I haven't even seen. I actually didn't hate the first movie as much as people say. Like, I get that it's overrated, but it's actually not that bad. There was kind of a good twist in there, too. I won't even say what it is, but... as if somebody who would want to see it still hasn't seen it. You can hit me in the face for 5, and then you'll probably do that stupid freeze thing again. It is very expensive. There are 2 cards in here that I slept on and thought were bad. One is the 7-mana thing. It's just gonna kill me. I mean, that 8 armor could really clutch it here. I'm dead. Somehow. Like, what is this, dude? You really gonna go face that hard? What the fuck? Yeah, that kind of shows you at least somewhat how to do it. You'll do these crazy combos that I wasn't expecting. It's only like turn 7, turn 8 at that point. Look, I'm not even expecting to get 12 wins, but I'm at least... But see, this is the problem, too. Everyone uses the same thing, so... Of course, my innate skills should just overcompensate in a mirror matchup, and I should always win. But the point is that... It might be 12-2, but is it 12-2 against itself? Like, what is... There's going to be good matchups and bad matchups, so 3... Oh, here we go. I shouldn't even be afraid of it, but give me something a little bit different.
Play well or be eliminated.
I mean, I don't even mind the Astalor thing, but actually, no, I'm gonna regret it because it'll be good value later, but also it just gives you something to play. Like, what if I got a 6 cost instead? I don't think I did anything that notably wrong there either.
I see you brought game.
But that is clearly different. That's gonna be the blood one. People have no imagination. Of course, it's gonna be the exact same thing all the time. I don't see why it would be that different than just like if you're playing in legend rank or something on the ladder. Actually, I don't know what the hell it is then. Nobody's using Unholy. That's out of sync. If I lose to that, I'm really a clown.
Our gift of the
We just give up the 2 damage. I don't care that much about it. That armor would have totally saved me, but I couldn't even get to that point. So he did like a crazy damage combo. So I shouldn't have let that thing stick around, but I would have still had to hit it in the face anyway. Hit it with my weapon. Okay, so we should have enough removal, perhaps, to deal with this. I can kill both if I feel inclined to do this. You'll hit him in the face. 35 health here, I'm not entirely sure, because it's not like blood where you're going to be healing a lot. He just showed that he's unholy only. Like, right? The 3 rune plague grain thing. I'm not sure I see what the health is going to matter. Just maybe he's doing it more for the 40 cards, and yeah, it's still a strong card even when they take away the 40 health. So when everybody was trying to shit talk me. Oh, it's not overpowered, blah, blah, blah. At that time, like, oh no, it's only overpowered now because of the Death Knight expansion coming out. Or the, yeah, that and this one too. I mean, objectively, I don't know what he's using, but it must not be good because nobody's doing Unholy anymore. Unholy is out of style. You could hit this, but you don't want to do that yet. Let's just do this. We can hit the thing here. We can give this a buff if it's able to. Like, yeah, really, why not just do this? I don't know what I'm saving it for.
Let's even the score.
Like, I just, this is how I would play it. Not only are you drawing more, you're getting in a better position, your board is okay. A lot of death rattle protection stuff, unless he has that. Can you even use that still, the starfish thing? I don't know if that rotated out or not.
And close enough.
You're playing for board control above all else. Just so we don't have to rely on AoE completely. Now I could do this and this. So freeze that many enemy minions. You may as well just do it. You may as well just do this. You may as well hit this, hit the face, hit the face. So that's very clean. The board is good. I'm winning on the board as a deck that's not meant to against, or I mean against a deck that's meant to dominate it, obviously in Unholy. Like, what else is his win condition if not that? He's gonna have AoE shit that summons a bunch of stuff. Or wait a second. Oh, it bypasses the thing because it's obviously discovered, but wait, this is good and it also prevents him from healing through. Oh no, but it's not good. I could hit it once over with my main thing. Let's see. With my weapon. Destroy a minion. I mean, this is good because, but is he really going to target stuff with spells? He's going to have some other way to do it. Oh, and even this you should put in the middle and spread his death rattle is always good. I will actually do it. Because I don't want to give him the satisfaction of the healing for whatever that's worth. So our board is good, our hand is good, my, you know, everything is good. He's gonna have some one-shot kill card that I'm not aware of, but this is outdated, dude. This is what I made when the Brawliseum was about to come out, but it doesn't work because you could do this and that. No, you gotta wait. I don't want to overdo it on the board either, but let's do the Vizier thing actually. We still have a very good hand, so I'm not too worried about it. Raise up to 5 corpses, summon 2 with the Reborn. Deal 3 to a minion. Like, yeah, why not just do this? What's he gonna have? Like Corpse Explosion or something? Or he's gonna have a freeze? We have so much death rattle protection stuff that it should be fine. That's the one interaction that I should make a point to do. When you discover that card, it says spread the death rattles. I kept saying, like, what am I even going to do that for? It's not like you have the card in the deck normally. But if you do it on this, it would actually be pretty intimidating. Now this chick is just going to roll you over too. Go at 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Let's even the score.
I guess I had way more. That chick is so busted. Why did I get an achievement for that? Like what? Winning 3 total or 6 games total? I never really tried to get 12 wins before, you know, but I don't know whether it matches you based on your record. But either way, everybody's going to be a tryhard. But yeah, at least let me get like 7 or 8 wins. Or if I get enough to be able to afford another one from this, I should be able to try again, but I'm not going to. I think 3 is more than enough. Even that, some people might say is too many tries, but I think it's fair given how bullshit.
Versus the Lich King.
have become the very thing you swore to destroy. Like, what is this? And why do we keep getting him every starting hand?
The time has come for your reign to end.
I don't even mind it as a curved thing. It's just weird. Got a 1, 2, 3. They're not the ideal 1, 2, 3 though. So that means he's either the blood one or he's unholy. Not really a bad starting hand, but it's just awkward. You want the egg. Yeah, be that same unholy type of shit again. Only thing unholy about that game is the fact that we're both net decking and meta decking. Not that the fact the deck is actually good, because it sucked. You gotta average 4 wins for every... Aw, fuck you.
Our gift of the arcane.
You gotta average 4 wins for every 1 loss. Which is maybe doable. I mean, in a way, if we really start to farm these Death Knights, it could be fine. But that's all we faced in 3 games so far.
And close
Is it gonna be the same one, or what is it gonna be? Yeah, what is this budget unholy trash, dude? As long as we can control the board, I feel safe. I don't know what other conditions they might have. So you're already showing... I guess he's not showing his runes yet. I don't know for sure, but I assume it's not going to be... What would make it really annoying is if there's a blood hybrid with it.
The citadel stands strong.
Let's just ignore the 3-3 for the time being. We can take care of it with that. Yeah, I can't argue with the value of Astalor. He's so flexible that everybody should just have him no matter what. Almost like Denathrius, but not everybody should have it. So many people fought me on that, and look at what it did. It got me to Diamond 3, not even Legend, but still. It wasn't a fault of that. Obviously, that got way farther than it would have otherwise.
The more you struggle, the better.
I'm bringing my love of permadeath stuff to everything. Card games, Overwatch. Like, that's my old school multiplayer round robin format. Like, you go through any game and you play as everything, like NBA 2K or something. You play as every character, every team until you lose, and then you move on to the next one. So it's a very fun thing. The point isn't to show, oh, look how good I am. The point is just, although that could be a collateral effect, the point is just to be like, like, I don't know, just to show it's a fun thing to do. I almost want to do that just to kill something, but just for the value's sake. You can do this, and you can do this. So why not do it? Hit this. Hit this. Can't play too fast here, but deal 3 to an enemy and freeze it. Deal 1 to all other enemies. Deal 2, I mean, this is good. If a friendly undead died after your last turn,
Be swift.
we can't really decide which one is better there. Whatever, I maybe didn't do that exactly the way I wanted, but be roping on like turn 4, whatever it is. We have the Might of Menethil to freeze a whole bunch of shit. Maybe I didn't need to exactly do that, but oh yeah, we did have this in the blood deck. And what a stupid idea for an expansion though. That just shows you they pulled out the Death Knight one as like a ace in the hole, and then the rest they have no idea. They're just doing random shit. Death Rattle summon a thing, so you might hold on to that for a while. We could do the 3 and the 2 here, would be fine. This is okay. Deal 3 after you cast a spell. I almost don't want to draw too much, because it's like,
The citadel stands strong.
you know, you're already going to be kind of decking yourself out. That was the first thing when I saw Frost decks, actually. It was like, you have too much card draw. So in some matchups, like if you don't win, I guess it's fine though. It like just play your whole shit, and if you can't win, you can't win. But there is no late game kind of composure that you have. It's weird. It feels more like it's meant to be aggro, but it's slightly just... It's like it's aggro with such good value that it seems like it's not aggro anymore. Just because of the power creep innate to the game. You would still play this normally like that, even as weird as it seems. Like you get a good value thing, and it also freezes everything. Add a random shadow spell, okay. Is he gonna attack with this? So, deal 3 and deal 1. You could freeze it, you could do this. I don't know what I want to do. This should be okay, I guess. Not that he has much of a board, but we have so much AoE, I don't even know what to do with it, so. And of course we're gonna get frost spells. Like, what else do I have? Yeah, now we can just ignore what he summons on the board and just keep freezing it. It's unlikely he's gonna have a way to silence or get out of it. So just 2 turns in a row, I'll just hit face with that and just win the game. And if he has a way to survive, so be it. Don't have this. Like, your AoEs are actually so weak, and your damage spells are also pretty weak. Like, you don't have like a great big single target removal. You got to win in the early game as well on that basis alone. Like, how would I deal with the 10-10 aside from freezing it or slowly whittling it down or some kind of crazy, you know, death rattle thing? Or like even that hunter has like a 16-16 elephant, whatever the fuck that was, and made a copy of it. It's like, guess what type of deck a deck is in 2023 if you haven't seen it or aren't familiar with the meta. And you'll be so wrong because it's like it goes against... You know, just because of the power creep and all that shit alone. Don't get overconfident, but these are the kind of matchups maybe I want to see. Oh, fuck. Deal 6. Like, it could take a while, but see, the longer you let it drag out, the worse it's going to get. It's only a 5-5, 6-6. Didn't it just say 5-5? That would deal 5. Deal 3 and freeze it. I don't really know. The whole point of doing this is it makes it susceptible in the future to something else. Just without giving him extra healing from that, although it's kind of pointless. He has 45 now. You never got the chance, I don't think, as a Death Knight to have 60, because as soon as this card came out, the one that gives you +5/+5, and you could have 2 of them, the Renethal was nerfed, so the max you could ever have is 55. Or at least just from those interactions. Okay. Yeah, that should just have lifesteal on it too, why not? Gain armor for that, you can freeze them. You can deal 3 to that and 1. So, let's do that. I could do the frost thing again, but I could also trade this in. It seems dumb to...
Our gift of frost shields us.
It seems dumb to leave that around. Like, what if he's actually using the Brewmaster thing? So we'll have 14 from that, which is not going to be nearly enough. I might not be playing it aggressively enough now. What else is he going to have? He's going to have a lot of AoE. That's not a big deal. I mean, deal 4. Okay, dude. You're gonna give me the curse lock treatment back. The karma from... Doesn't matter. It's not like you have to play that because you're worried about something. Yeah, so much of this AoE base that you almost want to hold back and not do it, but... Let's do the chick and the vizier for now. Try to get in as much damage as possible, I guess.
The more you struggle, the better.
This could be good. But he's gonna have an AoE, so that's why that one doesn't matter even that much sometimes. You can't be targeted, but at that point when you have so much stuff on the board, not really going to just target it. I need that other chick with the 10, you know, the pyroblast. Yeah, that's kind of a weak play. Or I could just do Astalor right now. So if this board holds, fuck you. Yeah, see, what would that have done? We could almost just kill him here, but it won't be enough. Or I should have just gotten a damage spell from that to try to combo, and he does only cost 8. It's just fool's gold to try to do that. Let's do this. Let's do 2 of these and just try to get damage.
Anybody?
You have 2 random in your hands, +2/+2. Draw a weapon. I don't know even what to do.
Pick me! Pick me!
Runes, bind my blade!
I'll just start to beat on his face with this, I guess. I'm just kind of searching for the lethal because he knows I have the other thing. Deal 4, very important.
Let's even the score!
But you have the 4, you have all this. It's pointless to do that because... Oh, maybe I shouldn't have held this guy back though. But I have lethal, just as directly as this plus this, but he's gonna have plenty of healing. And he can tell I'm kind of searching for it because, yeah. I mean, I'm doing what I can, dude. Maybe I'm just too impatient, like I'm trying to go for it all the time. But how do you... Visual Blast plus that could be good. This you kind of don't want to give him the satisfaction of the healing, I guess.
I must consider. Let's even the score.
What if I just ignore it now?
Any questions?
Searching for a lot of spells that I can combo with this, but it's not going to be nearly enough. This could be annoying for him.
Any questions?
That actually will die and heal him. Or wait. What? At the end of your opponent's turns. Oh. He doesn't have to worry about it at least. Okay, that's not a big deal. Okay. But it is very hard to deal with all this healing, and I'm not going to be able to heal myself now either. So much damage, but it's not enough. What if we just go for this plus... Surely one of those is going to have some way to kill this.
Break the master's chains. Join us. Shield yourselves, soldiers.
No rush or anything, though? I'll probably just die to that, then. You're gonna have another blood boil or something stupid, but you have 0 corpses, so what is the deal? He has lethal somehow, he just has it. Yes, the frost combo of summoning a bunch of undead from a card that they can't even use, and he's gonna play around that too. He's doing 6 to the face, he can do another 7 with the ghoul. So he only needs 2 damage. I'm dead. I'm dead. You can't even let me have one like this, dude, can you? Or maybe he is just done for. But what AoE could you do with 2 mana or 2 corpses? Now we have Astalor 2. Like, how much fucking damage do you need? We somehow still won't have enough. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 23 plus 14, like what the fuck? So yes, of course, we feel very confident that we could discover the Scourge card and all this kind of other shit. Like this is the way the game works sometimes. It's just like that. Like I'll take it, but that's stupid. it doesn't seem to do particularly great against some of these control matchups. I don't get it. Or maybe you're just not expecting to see a lot of those, but like that priest tore through me. So at least we won 2 games in one of these. We can have some pride in that. And it's going to be only a Death Knight Fiesta.
Darian Mograine versus the Lich King.
All will serve me in death. The time has come.
I'll keep that just in case you really need some kind of a, you know, early board clear if they're doing some kind of unholy shenanigans. So this curve is pretty clear, 1, 2, and then you have the removal capability. You like lagged a little bit there.
I grant you permission to hail to you.
Always do your best first. The fucking amazing egg. Really, I should try to beat on it. Really? Why is that a point that you're gonna do? I guess you know you're gonna have to kill it eventually anyway. You should always keep this in the middle in case. There's too many of these in case things. Like, oh yeah, of course you're gonna discover this random spell. Like, there's so much of that. Discover a random minion, legendary minion. He looks like he's using actually a fun and interesting deck. Wow, not complete bullshit. Like, whatever that is not gonna be good. You could do 3 and 4 like this. I'll just do it like that. Discover random effect, discover random effect. The school teacher also discover a random thing. Deal 4. I mean, if you want to stockpile the damage, I guess just to finish them, but the fact of the matter is, it just doesn't do enough. Or like it's too expensive too. You can't do it with the one dude, with the guy. Astalar. I've gotten him in my opening hand every game so far. I've actually kept him too. You can do both of these together. You could do that, but there's no reason to. Although actually you could do it, but what's the point? Just go like this, go like this. Draw cards when 2 cards to draw another. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies. That could be annoying if it sticks around. Why is it always like the same 3? Isn't it a wider range of stuff you could get? It seems to have a bias towards some of the same ones over and over and over. Could actually combo those 2 together, but I'm not like super crazy about it. We could do this, but I don't need to.
The citadel stands.
You could trade this in. Just the sheer value from this should be good. Your next spell costs 1 less, which doesn't even matter. Maybe that wasn't exactly what I intended, but I could still do this and something else, but I'll just leave it. That thing could get really annoying if he doesn't have removal for it. I guess I overestimate sometimes how much AoE and stuff they have. Whatever deck he's using is kind of hodgepodge, but this is what we should be expecting at this point. You could do this to get rid of that guy, and actually I don't have another way to do it, so maybe it's not a bad play. And the main reason why I like to do stuff like this is because it prevents them from healing from it too. Like, you know, you're not hitting it with anything. How else would I have gotten rid of it? I could have discovered from the Vizier, I guess. I mean, hey, if this 2, 3, 6 around, that could be annoying. Got rid of my foul egg. Whatever will I do without it? You can do 2 + 5 and attack into that. You could do this. You could do this.
Who here can spell Zinjari?
Deal 3, freeze it. Deal 4. Use a minion spread its death rattle. That only costs 1, so these 2 combined will be perfect. We keep the board strong. He's gonna have plenty of AoE for it. I guess I didn't really like that card at first, but I mean, if you're getting it at a discount for 1 mana, then you can't complain. Go ahead, do your obligatory AoE with 6 corpses here. I like how the other, other classes get those corpse counts too. Like once they start to use whatever, like the priest had more corpses than me. That is actually kind of annoying, I'll admit. I mean, I'm not gonna underestimate it. That was pretty bad. Hey, give me the Scourge again. What the fuck is this, dude? That's how I won the last game, of course. The classic Frost play. Like, he just did Corpse Explosion, so I'm gonna take my fucking chances and do this. And if you can deal with it, then I quit the game. Because I don't care, dude. How are you gonna play around something that I can't even do naturally anyway? 7-7. Actually, most of this isn't even that good, but... Okay. Let's see if we can just kill this straight up.
Let's even the score.
Freeze becomes kind of pointless there. Yeah, this one looks weird. Like, a couple things went wrong, like the Astalor being taken. We were almost pushing for lethal right there if we could get it. Now it's gone on so long that who knows what's going to happen. Don't you love how you see some of the same cards in every single deck? Even, like, never mind the Death Knight thing. Like, this is, you're going to see a lot. Cast Plague Strike. You do it again. So the finale thing would be good, but it's kind of hard to do now, isn't it?
Let's even the score.
But I should have done that first, I guess. My bad. Damn it. It just doesn't add up to where you can do that. I guess I underestimated this guy's deck a little bit. What the fuck, man? He actually outlasted me. Now it's just up to whatever random shit I get, which there is still some AoE, there is still some good stuff in here, but just like once you get to the stage, you kind of giving them exactly what they want. It's like, yes, I made some misplays there, but did it really come down to that? It might have, actually. Or I should have killed one of those. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, this one was kind of a throw. Getting spoiled by these Death Knights a little bit. But then again, like, I'm winning to, that's all you're playing. Every single one has been only Death Knight. What the fuck? That is me, but at least I was doing this as sort of an exception. I normally don't do stuff right when it comes out. I'm not entirely sure. I guess I should have just held some stuff back. Not the least of which would have been the Scourge thing. Can't expect that to carry you every game, I guess.
The time has come.
All I have to do is win 10 in a row. Or I can still come back.
Hail to you. You are prepared for the wars to come.
Time may pass.
What a weird way to lose. It's just like, I don't know. That just didn't feel.
I do so. I seem to have lost the surface.
We're one win away, or one loss away from actually having to delete our collection, so it's fine. I mean, I think I can still do it. Let's just go on a crazy win streak, but so stupid, man. Like, even with all the things working against you, okay, I don't know the meta, I'm making some misplays, fine. I haven't used these decks before ever, but still, it doesn't feel like 12 wins is a realistic expectation to do, especially in one try, but even in 3 tries, it's just not realistic. Like, and nobody else would do it. Crip wouldn't do it. Trump, whoever, like fucking, not in 3 tries, dude. Or you could just get lucky, I guess, one time and go on a good run, but like lucky with matchups. Like even one of my wins was lucky. I just got the Scourge card, like, and I got it again there, but I guess, of course, he had the Soul Stealer and the Blood Boil and all this
Green versus Scarlet.
from the last Brawliseum that I almost lost everything over, but I succeeded at that one,
Play
so
well or be eliminated.
you know I can't be too upset. There's just gonna be certain bad matchups. But this is what they mean by 12 and 2. We haven't even seen this guy yet. 12 and 2 meaning just, you know, make a standard deck to compete with the best. Yeah, thanks for telling me that while I'm in the game. Like, stakes are high, the competition is intense. More wins mean more reward. Can you make it to 12, or will 3 losses end your run?
I see you've brought guests.
I never knew it actually said that there. I thought that was just like the tracker, like in any other mode. Don't you love the class variety? Like, this isn't a Death Knight Brawliseum. It's almost what you would make you think it is. It's a Death Knight only heroic Brawliseum. Where are you doing that from? Like the hand of God pointing at me. Can't do anything with that. I don't have a coin. You don't necessarily want the game to drag out too much. I can't even complain because like I even played as that blood deck too, but it's just some of these matchups are weird. It seems like this deck isn't that good against control, or I'm playing it wrong, or you're just not going to beat them in the long term, so you have to play it even more aggressively, not less aggressively than what I'm doing. It's really good early game. It's okay mid game, like mid range, but once you get to turn 10 plus, you're just fucked. So it's like the same imp idea like with Denathrius. Like that's your last resort hope if they have a little health left after all your crazy shit. But it's the same thing here, just, you know, just Astalor could save you at the end, but you should do this and then he'll be compelled not to get rid of it, and he'll also be compelled not to trade.
Install these for me, won't you?
Or either you get a 5/4 that just sticks around, or, although for control decks, like the Priest was pretty comfortable just summoning them anyway. So anything you summon, I can trade in very, very strongly here. I'd like to see what percentage of decks have either this card or some of these other ones, like either Astalor, or like some of these cards are just stupid. School Teacher. You can say it's always like that, but it feels like even more extreme now. Just Jesus Christ, every fucking thing you see has it.
Crank it up to infinity!
Maximum hand size. Oh look, you're flexing the legend card back. It's not going to do you any good here. Getting 12 wins here is harder than getting legend rank 1 maybe, or at least in, you know, if you're doing it in a limited number of tries. I don't know. You do this on one of these, you could attack into the other one. This is actually pretty good. Let's do 1,
Close enough. Reach for the skies.
2. We can maybe hold the other one back, just get something going on the board. You're gonna have abundant amount of AoE. Doesn't this seem like a lighter shade than normal? I guess I haven't used it in a while. Look how dark it looks here, but not only did they not put it at the right angle to really be able to see the card back, they also have like a fucking dim quality to it, which I don't feel like it's always been like that. Is he gonna kill the Hozik or not?
Sustenance.
Summon some crazy thing with lifesteal. And could I kill it with something other than heal 2 to everything? We could do like 4 and 5 with that. So let's do this.
The more you struggle, the better.
Heal 3. Oh, here. I mean, I can't say no to it. It's been so good to me. You could do like this plus this. Kill this and kill this. Doesn't matter, I guess, which one you do it with. Or way.
I wonder.
Reach for the sky.
That is still some form of AoE protection, I guess.
Be swift.
So, but it doesn't seem substantial enough. Like, oh no, if you clear the board, I get a 3/3 back. Like, really? But it's not like that would make you think twice. Does that mean if I do the Scourge now? You don't have any corpses, though. That's the biggest thing you have to look out for. You don't have corpses, so how are you going to deal with the Scourge? Maybe you can't. But you have enough health to be able to tank through it, I guess. And actually, probably not the best time to do it because of that, but... yeah, let's try to force your hand a little bit this way. The board is a little bit annoying for you. I could try to get something from there. So if you clear the board now with all these death rattles, then I'll do the Scourge. But I like how in every game this actually became a relevant thing. You're just guaranteed to get it every time. What the fuck? I don't know how that works actually. It is supposed to be some kind of random thing. Okay, so we did lose to this one before. But you're kind of just letting me go buck wild here. I could trade into that pretty decently. We have a decent amount of stuff here. We can do like this. Now, still, if you have 4 minions in your hand +2/+2. Deal 4. Only 2 things in there. I can do that, I guess, anytime I want. But yeah, we still have decent protection and everything, and then we can do the Scourge after it. But we don't want to let them build up corpses either, but I don't really have a choice because my board is too full right now anyway. He's got to finish him off quickly. I don't know. Very hard to do. So many of the heals are unpreventable from a lot of these classes now, and especially, like, oh, the more stuff you summon, or the stronger thing you have, they'll heal for the same amount as that, right? Like, destroy an enemy minion and heal yourself for its attack value. Or something like, you know, like that for Priest. It would kill the 4/3. I might just do the Scourge with the 2 eggs, because I can't figure this shit out either. But he's avoiding using his AoE, so... But what AoE could you do still? You don't have enough corpses. You really got to take advantage of that. Like, okay, you have Blood Boil or something. There's nothing really to wait for here. But let's do this check. I'm trying to stall it out, I guess, as much as possible, but you really shouldn't.
My frost will splinter your flesh.
Do this, you can freeze a whole bunch of other shits. Give me the one that spreads it or can't be healed. That could be actually super annoying. Okay, so you have a 7/10. Like, how much removal are you gonna have? I kind of fucked myself with the eggs, maybe. Like, you don't want to cuck your ability to do the Scourge thing. By the time I do it now, they will have enough AoE. But I guess I'm putting so much pressure, you have to use it on what I'm doing right here. You could just ignore whatever they summon, hit them in the face with this, and just go for the kill, but it won't be enough.
Our gift of frost shields us.
Like, I could do this now, but it doesn't really have that much value. Why don't we just do these 2? Doesn't guarantee that you're even gonna kill it, but you know what? I'll do it all the way here. Let's go all in. So you can't heal, so I hope you... Now, does that mean it stops you from even casting a heal, or would it let you waste a spell? Like, he's too stupid to know that, and then he'll... That is a pretty unique effect, actually. Not too many things have that. Mortal Strike caliber thing. So look how badly they want to get rid of it. In fact, so badly that now you're going to play into the Scourge thing. So this dude is useless. So all in, that's not actually a very strong board though, all things considered from that. But I guess there's so many. The Scourge are always quantity over quality, but the last one I did was a lot better. You're going to have another AoE for that, but it seems almost impossible that you would. And even anything you summon, I can just freeze it in 2 turns in a row, and you're not going to have an answer. So I'm just going to ignore your board and just do it. How about that? Or that's kind of a unique way to do it, but not the end of the world, I guess. Like, even then, I could just ignore it. Fuck it. Do it to all enemies, and just, I don't even care. If this doesn't work, you lose anyway. You just have to end it right now. But he's gonna heal for 50,000.
Sustenance.
I can do another 5 and I can freeze it again, but assuming you're not gonna get through a certain amount of damage still. Because you're doing 3 anyway. It's unbelievable, dude. It's unbelievable. So close, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to have a way to get through that and hit me for 4 easily. That freeze chain is actually better than I give it credit for, though. You just do that, hit them in the face, ignore everything, assuming they don't have a silence for their own stuff, just everything. Lowest health enemy, unless you have an AoE, it's not going to be me, though. Or wait, will it be me? Will it be me because of the 3? No. It could be because you're tied. The problem is the lifesteal, of course. Whatever, dude. I don't even care. Like, this is stupid. Supposedly this deck is really good, but I don't get what it does in some of these control matchups. Or maybe the meta has adjusted now to account for the fact of, after all the good I did for Mograine, that I love him so much and used him so much, he didn't like my little Brewmaster shenanigans. The point is, you could do better than clearly what I did, but there's no guarantee you're going to win 12 games. What they mean is they've tried literally the 100 fucking times that you get. Let's go through and see how much dust we get back. Not actually that crazy big of a collection, so it's not like that big of a deal, but I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, like, what is the win ratio? Like, how many times did it take to win 12 games? They give you 100 attempts, so I mean, they're trying to fucking milk you for money. It's if you pay $10 each time. Like, somebody probably does that too. So yeah, you show off. Haha. I went 12-2 after trying it 50 plus times. Like, what is that, dude? Although I should have had a better run than these, but you know what I should have done to prepare better was, like, I should have played as one of these decks a little more, or played in the meta a little more, but I'm just too lazy to do that, so I don't even know what a lot of this stuff is. Yeah, I mean, it's over, dude. But like, what if you got it from some other... Fuck. What if it gives it from some other... But I don't deserve it, is the point. Let's see. It's going to take a while to actually do, too. It's going to be annoying. I won't even know offhand what is disenchantable. So what really hurts with this is I'm losing my lovely fucking anti-spell stuff that I used for years. But I guess that's fair enough too. I used it too much. Like sometimes one of these will be doable, but obviously mostly not. We tried his blood once and frost twice. This one at least had some potential, but there's some aspect of it I'm not understanding. Like, how do you play against some of these slow-paced things that keep healing? You're not going to be able to rush them down, and you're not going to be able to beat them in the long game either. Like, I don't know. Maybe I played too aggressive, you could say. Now, I'm not going to say that I necessarily have to burn my dust. I just have to, you know, you're still hurting pretty badly from it. Like, a lot of this I just crafted anyway for these, so that is ridiculous, though. I guess I'm not really promoting people to spend their time and money on it. It's just more like, you know, free tries isn't that unreasonable. You could afford that theoretically just with gold you have saved up. It's not a big deal. In fact, one of them I even bought with gold, so just don't really care, but that is an unreasonably stupid thing, though, isn't it? Just randomly crash. It won't even let me disenchant my collection and concede defeat in peace. Today's just a really bad day, I guess. Like, if I can fail to get to 17 in the context of what seemed like a moment where I really was about to do it in chess, and then we get clowned here, which I guess this isn't too surprising, really, but... Or rather, don't just show me standard stuff. Although, why would there be wild stuff for Death Knight anyway? I forget how you show this. But see, it'll show you... Don't include uncraftable, so this should make it easier, right? Is this actually all that I have, though? It'll make more sense if you... It won't be authentic if I miss something. Yeah, see, here are some of the lovely things that I would always do in Wild, like, oh, you can embiggen the elusive minion, so you can buff stuff that ordinarily couldn't be buffed. What a cool and inventive, fun idea and concept that I kind of beat like a dead horse, because... Beat like invincible, am I right? And it's okay because he's invincible. How literally did that come true too, right? It was always Arthas's dream as a kid for Invincible to be invincible. And so in some subliminal, subconscious way, he ended up becoming the Lich King for his sake, to make sure he would never die and be risen and undead till the end of time, right? I intend to live forever, he says to Uther, before he, you know, I hope there's a special place in hell waiting for you. We may never know. It just happened like kind of too fast, right? He goes to kill Mal'Ganis and then he immediately is just corrupted, or they skip ahead. I feel like they could have fleshed that out a little better, but or like forget about that. Anakin's was super fast too. Like Anakin goes from what have I done in front of the Emperor to before he's even the Emperor. What have I done to oh, I'll go kill some kids. Like what the fuck? Like, you know, like that's really the first order you would give him. Now, from a writing perspective, that's George Lucas's way to say, like, okay, I want to make him seem as bad as possible and show he's really gone to the dark side and have everybody turn on him, not try to talk him down. But realistically, even if, yeah, okay, the Emperor wants to do that, obviously, he wouldn't ask Anakin of all people to do it. It's not like he needs him to do it. You could say, oh, that's part of him corrupting him, but that might be pushing him too far. Like, if the first order your boss gives you is to do something as extreme as that, maybe you'll reconsider and say, oh, maybe this wasn't the best choice. But instead he says, sounds good, thumbs up. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not as convincing as it could have been. And yeah, where he's saying goodbye to Obi-Wan, goodbye, old friend. And that's supposed to be symbolic, like, oh, you know, everybody... You know, that's the last time he really is going to see him for real as friends. It just advances too fast. I don't know how else to say it. Literally, like, what have I done? May the Force be with you. He's wishing Obi-Wan good luck to go on his trip to fight Grievous. And then that's it. He just turns like that. Like, obviously Palpatine had his claws on him the whole time, but there's something missing there. Find out in the director's cut. Swarm. Good one. I'm more of a drum pentagon. This may be one thing I haven't done is read a lot of the newer flavor text of this. So obviously I'm going to have way more cards with Druid and Mage than anything else. I'll have a decent amount of dust still, but it'll be enough to craft like one deck or some of the evasive stuff back. They never used to have the option here where you could see like it so specifically. Or at least I haven't used this in a long time. I'll actually have a decent amount. I don't feel too bad. But think about how much it really was. It would have been like 4 times as much. So I have 40,000 dust worth of cards. A lot of this I don't even care about either because it's just stuff I would have disenchanted anyway from some of these classes. But mainly Death Knight, Druid, and Mage were the 3. And all the neutral ones go too. I don't care, dude. What a clown picture that is. So we're going to have a lot of shit over the years. Some of this stuff is going to be, you know, in fact, most of it is just for those gimmick decks. Like, so at least we're not losing any good cards in the process. Oh, no, I did do the Malagos one briefly. I play that deck one time only, and I get it like on the last turn when I'm about to lose. I get the perfect combo. I'm like literally an anime protagonist. I could be playing a bronze 10 and then I get some clutch thing like, oh, I'm gonna lose, but then I use Steam Cleaner to clean out their deck and therefore I win the game. Like, what the fuck is going on? Maybe I read into the rank too much, like even in chess, like, wow, what a crazy game for 1500, 1700. That one really made me mad, actually, unironically. Not because of anything the guy did. He played it the right way. He stalled it out. But if I can't win that, I think I'm pretty much done. The epic disenchanting stream is to spend more time doing this than actually playing the Brawliseum. Like, obviously, look, I could have done better. I didn't know what I was doing. I probably made a lot of misplays. I don't know what the meta is. I get all that. But you could at least understand that you realize that it was pretty hard to do, right? Would anybody else have done 12 wins in those same attempts? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Like, at least some of those were guaranteed losses. Like the Mage, you couldn't have beaten that, or sorry, the Priest. Nobody could have beaten the Priest. It's impossible with this deck, or at least in that particular matchup. There's nothing you could have done. This isn't Hearthstone, it's rock, paper, scissors, which I think I used as a title when I was going for Legend. Becomes so repetitive, and don't you love how every fucking person is a Death Knight? I guess I can't complain about the Priest aspect. Yeah, but maybe I had more stuff than I really realized. Because even stuff that I didn't craft, anytime I would get it from a pack, I would obviously just keep it. Or that should really be the condition, but I think it's such a bullshit expectation that I won't do it. Like, this, like, you should have to dump the dust too, and just... But how would you even do that? Like, you could craft like a gold legendary and then disenchant it, but it's hard to get to exactly 0 dust, right? Because you would just... Or I guess you could like make a diamond card or something. Or yeah, just imagine that. Craft a Demon Hunter cards or craft some other class that I don't intend to use, like, ever. That's got to be my least played class. Only slightly edged out by Priest and Rogue. Priest, Rogue, and Death Knight are my least... Or sorry, Demon Hunter are my least played class. But at least Demon Hunter came out later. Priest, like, I get what Priest is about and I respect it, but it's a little bit too slow paced. Like, even warrior control stuff I like more. I kind of like the armor mechanic more than healing. And then... Oh yeah, that was like some theme deck they gave to you just for the heck of it. You might think, oh, this can take forever, but actually most of it is just done. Between now that we're done with Mage and Druid, that's pretty much it. It'll just be... Elusive King, Evasive King, or no, it was Evasive Lich with kel'thuzad. Not that they actually get elusive or evasive, but just, you know, everything else has it. So I guess my favorite expansion in Hearthstone history is Galakrond, even though I didn't play the game during when it came out, and even though I never used the Galakrond heroes and I don't like them, except maybe as that gimmick like for the imp deck, just because, oh, it has to do with imps, even though I wasn't using any of the synergy. But the reason why is because it came with so many of the elusive cards, like the Draconid and the 7/7 and all these different cool ones that can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, the majority of those cards came from that expansion in the whole history of the game, right? They didn't have that many up to that point. They haven't made that many since then. It's just an amazing mechanic again, kind of underutilized. I could make like any one Legend caliber deck that I want, probably. But imagine how long this would take to recreate. Although a lot of the stuff I don't even care about, like, you know, I would just recreate the anti-spell thing if I could. It'll be hard to recreate it for both of these, I guess. Huh, this actually isn't even so bad. I'm gonna have like 15,000 dust. This guy obviously triggers me because of the stupid time warp. I think they did change, didn't they? They made it like so it can't work with time warp, or it has to be lower cost spells. I can't remember it. Gaia always reminds me of the real Gaia. 2300 top deck you can play for free, a Yu-Gi-Oh card that the Pharaoh even does. The ultimate top decker. Sort of the two negative connotations that you could put towards two protagonists in stories. Like, Yami is the ultimate top decker and bullshitter, where he gets super lucky, not because he's actually good at the game, or he kind of cheats and hacks destiny with his will, as his Shizu says. Or like Rocky Balboa is the original face tanker, where, oh yeah, Clubber Lang says he's tailor-made for me. Like, what part of him is tailor-made for you as a fighter? Oh, the fact that he just stands there and takes your fist to the face. Like, that wouldn't be tailor-made for everybody, like Ivan Drago. Like, Drago literally kills Apollo Creed. So what's Rocky's response as a strategy? Oh, let's just stand there and phase tank it. Like, I get they do it for the drama of the thing, but that's stupid. Like, the only fight that actually uses a bit of logic is the second Clubber Lang fight, where it's like, wow, Rocky learned how to block. It's super effective. And just not block with his face. He's the role model for a lot of people to follow in gaming, like me, where I just face tank everything all the time. Just watch my Anthem playthrough. Why do I have so many warrior cards when... I don't get it. How is it possible? I normally keep up with this disenchanting these anyway. Because I just don't use the class. Yeah, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Yeah, I'll actually take my revenge against this by making one super good meta deck. But maybe not yet. Isn't that so annoying too? Like, oh, you spend so much time and effort and dust and potentially real money to make something, but oh, then it immediately gets nerfed as soon as they... I don't know. It's just stupid. Like, how peevish people are. Like, oh yeah, don't nerf the school teacher. It's totally not a busted card. Nothing to see here. Meanwhile, you'll nerf the necromancer or something. And whenever it's almost like an automatic threshold you could do. If 99+% of people are using something, 95+%, probably it's overpowered and probably you should nerf it. And you might say, oh, it's fair because everybody gets to use it. Like chess, you know, oh, everybody has a queen, so it's not overpowered. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's good for the game, though. But yeah, everybody has a knight, so you can't complain about how bad it is. Look how many things that's in. It's almost like that's all I ever did. The text even has to shrink as you're looking at it. Alright, look, we're almost done. Why has it got to crash in the middle of that? Just like you won't even let me suffer in peace. Gangster, you were part of my 3 Permadeath Brawliseum from before to get the Scarlet Queen check. So, I mean, I tried, I guess, if you can call that trying. I used the meta deck. I wasn't really, like, super knowledgeable or maybe even super into it, but I think, you know, at least if I had won 6 or 7 one time, you're like, okay, it could be conceivably possible. But winning 1, 2, which just shows you I don't know what I'm doing, because you could do it better like that even at Legend rank. Like, if you're playing with a really good caliber deck, then what's wrong with that? If you're playing with a really good caliber deck, then what you'll realize is that you'll go better than 2 and 3. But you going 12 and 2 at Legend is actually pretty hard to do. Even with the best decks, you have like a 65% win rate. So that means you're winning, like, you know, you're winning 2, losing 1, not like winning 4, losing 1. just have to go on a super hot streak. It's very hard to believe some of these people went 12-0, but you kind of have to be on the cutting edge of it too. You have to be the one to come up with an idea, and then everybody copies it. But I don't see why, again, it would be any different than just playing it normally. Like just play it like you would be doing on the ladder. The same things that work there should work there. It's also standard. I don't get it. The most punishing part about this is how annoyingly slow it actually takes to do this. Just give me an option that says disenchant entire collection, or let me like click a whole page at a time. Disenchant entire page. Yeah, this Hawkstrider thing is busted. Like, so many things that you could choose are just overpowered. I love this illusion of balance in multiplayer games. Like, oh, this new character that came out is totally busted, so unfair. Meanwhile, everybody's using the same 2 or 3 characters, like in League or something, or like a lot of the same ones over and over. Those ones totally aren't busted. We're just used to them, so it's okay. And if they got nerfed, people would complain. Like, there's a reason why what's successful is successful. Not just because, oh, people are good with it, because that can sometimes be an equalizing factor, especially at the high level. But it's more like there is a objective advantage that it must have. And there's no shame in that. That's like saying, oh, in basketball or something, oh, somebody's bigger and stronger. That's why they're successful. Like, oh, Will Chamberlain was 7 feet or whatever. Or Shaq or somebody was big. Yeah, like, but that's part of the reason why. So what's the problem? Right, that's innate to it. Like, James Harden said something stupid like, oh, you know, Giannis doesn't have skill. I wish I could just be big and run and dunk. Which is stupid, too, because when he came in, Giannis wasn't even that big. But the second point is that even if he was, it's like, that's part of the thing. Imagine playing a physical, athletic-based sport and then complaining about that. That is a core element of it. This is just going to take forever. Holy shit. Please just finish this shit off. The Brewmaster, it feels sad to see you go. In fact, I didn't even notice the other Brewmaster, Youthful. Yeah, that just shows you the value that some of these things have. Is just, I guess the plus side of this is I don't have to disenchant like Frostlich Jaina, because that was a card that, of course, originally I crafted, but which is kind of a stick it to you because, oh, now they give it to you for free, so they don't let you disenchant it. But at least now I don't have to worry about doing it. Yeah, once again, this is from Galakron. So many of them are. Probably the majority of them are. And I wonder how much play those things really saw at that time. It doesn't feel like they would have probably seen a lot. They're almost more suited to just be arena cards. You see the most overused card ever, the school teacher. I don't remember seeing it that much in the latter experience, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Or I don't think I was using it, at least. Yeah, I guess this was kind of an unfair thing. Not only the condition, but I was going to do that no matter what, because that's just the point. But the real unfair thing is just that I didn't practice or know what I was going up against. So like last month, I should have tried to get to Legend, but then it would have been different too, because they changed the meta right before it. So arguably that makes it better, because then everybody is equally confused and not really sure. But it also makes it worse because you can't use what you've known up to that point. So it's kind of a weird, bad time to do it. I don't know if that's when they always normally do it. I don't know for sure. Like when a mini set happens or when an update happens. Look at how many. Like, you can't even hardly read that. Yeah, like Magic has infinite minion slots and almost infinite number of cards in your deck. This has infinite deck slots. Just like, look at that shit. They never really thought to monetize that element, I guess. Like, oh, we'll buy more deck slots. Like, why would you even need that? You could just take a screenshot and you just keep switching it out whenever you feel like. Like, it's not that complicated or that hard to make them. It's just, 30 cards is overly simplistic. In fact, when I first started playing it, I was kind of worried about that. But it did have a surprising amount of depth and complexity despite that. Just my whole problem is more so that it's a fixed amount. Even Renethal is kind of stupid, contrived way to try to do that. They won't just change the base thing, but they'll try to give you some flexibility there. And of course, then everyone ends up using it. Even decks that aren't control, even decks that have nothing to do with it. Should be getting close to the end. I hate to see Malagos go. Even though I wasn't really using it for anything, or the only thing I was using it for was just to test out that dinky thing, which I only played as, like I said, once. We have actually a good amount of dust from that, so I don't feel too bad about it at all. But at least I should get that because of how bullshit, you know, the thing is. So it's like simulating the undead thing. You're killing everything, but you're also bringing them back in some form to be risen again. Or I was doing like a weird Cthulhu thing, like where you do it as all the different versions. Wait, what? What? All the different versions together. Why doesn't it show up? Like you have the, like I think I even did that with Mech Cthulhu. Cthulhu the Shattered, Cthulhu, like so you have the different synergies going on, and then you have wait, where's Mech Cthulhu? Oh, it won't show up because no cards in your hand deck in battlefield destroy the enemy hero. The hardest part with this isn't getting to that point of fatigue, right? It's actually finishing it off. So like Warlock and Druid were good for that. I didn't use that actually too much, but how can there still be 3 things to get rid of? What was that? Oh, they just do like this weird art that makes it seem like a special mechanic. Oh, these won't even be craftable though. Why does the page turning seem delayed? They're almost forcing me to revel in what I just lost. Yeah, it doesn't even bother me that much. So I have 22k dust, and I can just decide what I want to do with it. 19 out of 40. It wouldn't actually be that big of a deal. So yeah, we take a negative and turn it into a positive, and I'm not doing that shit again.